Hello. Hello, everybody. Uh,
Hello.
I hope you're all doing well. I love how every single time in chat, when the time approaches, people are like, is it gonna be today? Is it there gonna be another delay? Like, it's just the waiting with bated breath.
It's waiting with bated breath, you could say.
That has been the stream, everybody. I'm sorry to say, but that's gonna be it for today. Thank you all so much for coming. I love all of you, but okay, no, that's fine.
I've decided to give you a negative 5 minutes notice. Jackie's not on your power cables, apparently.
I don't know if you see it in chat, Anya, but as it just so happens, we're playing... Wait. Give me a moment, because I'm currently dropping frames.
Woo!
And I want my announcement to actually come through. Hello, hi. I don't know why my OBS decided to drop 470 frames there.
I couldn't tell you. Maybe it's because Jackie's gnawing on your power cables, as mentioned.
Maybe. We're going to be playing Unlimited Blade Works on Rin's birthday. Happy fucking anniversary, Rin Tosuka!
Happy birthday, Rin. I'm sure nothing bad's gonna happen to you this entire route.
I need right now a Always Sunny title card that just goes, Rin Tosuka fucking dies. I mean, okay. Listen to me. Yeah. There is, because she's pitting herself as our rival this time around, there is a non-zero chance that Saber is just going to fucking stab her.
Which, like, fair.
And, like, she could be into that. We have established already that she would be into that.
And, like, you know, she almost did once before. It's not really going to be that surprising if it happens again.
Yeah, she was like, what's wrong with me? Even though I'm about to die, I can't help but fall in love with her all over again.
You showed me that one manga page, yeah.
God.
She's perfect. God's perfect woman.
That being said, I'm going to just start putting the game on screen. Fate Stay Night is getting an official. Yeah, it's getting an official release on Switch and Steam this year. It's getting fucking remastered and localized officially for the first time. You will no longer have to download shady website translation patches to make one of the best VNs of the last fucking 2 decades work anymore on one of the most widely spoken languages in the world, if not the most. You know?
I think, is it still widespread? I got that information from Death Note, so I don't know how reliable it is, but I think it's the most widely one still.
Okay, so why the fuck is... We literally just tried this. Why are you not capturing Fate? Oh, because I need to actually tap into the game. One moment. Give it a moment. Give it a second. The game is shy.
Oh,
Come on, Fate.
it's
Come on,
nervous.
Fate. Come on, Fate. You can do it. Come on, Fate.
Everyone has to encourage Fate. It's like that episode of My Hero.
Everyone in chat, please give your encouragement and love to Fate Grand... No, I'm so used to Grand Order.
Jesus
Not
Christ.
Grand Order. Stay Night. We're not gachaing.
At what point does it just cross over into shill territory?
It's still not working. I literally just tried you. I literally just captured you a moment ago when we were off stream. I'm genuinely mad. I'm genuinely mad. What if I just start actually playing gacha on stream?
I mean, I'm sure we could make that engaging for a little while.
Okay, so this is not something you know, Anya, but one of the translation things that is kinda wonky officially, because I think there's like licensing issues with like merch that like was translated badly and then, you know, it became the norm.
Right.
But Artoria is often translated to English officially as Altria,
Oh.
which everyone fucking hates.
Yeah,
So
that,
when people... There we
that
go.
sounds wrong.
When people saw that there was going to be an official translation, you know, people were like, oh god, we're going to be getting Altria Pendragon. And like, how many times do we say Artoria? She's Saber. She is Saber. It doesn't matter. We do not say Artoria like more than 6 times in this fucking game.
I genuinely think it might have been like 5 or less. Like, at least in the last road.
Read somewhere that the official translators really fucking hate Altria, but Nasu insists on it.
Don't you love when the creators of the things that they make are wrong about them?
I kinda love that. Also, I'm streaming to you now.
Oh, right. Oh, fuck you, limits your blade works.
It's the principle of the thing, damn it. But yes, let us begin. Where were we? We were right after the fight with Heracles.
I believe that was the case. We got a Rin jump scare in the bedroom.
Right, which is not as, you know, as you could think.
Not as exciting as one would expect.
Well then. Sucking in a light breath, I grasped the situation. What happened last night, from when I saw the fight between Archer and Lancer until now, I hadn't time to think about it properly. Oh yeah, this boy is just like processing still, you know?
Oh yeah, I totally forgot Archer tried to kill us.
What a fucking dick to fucking...
I thought it was charming, but...
What was the historical figure your girlfriend mentioned? Don't you remember? When you were like, when she saw the video of Archer like just nuking the area?
Oh yeah, Oppenheimer.
I can't believe Archer Fate Stay Night is Oppenheimer.
Yeah, that's definitely it. I'm sure.
The sword is that he shot is actually the elephant's foot. I don't know. Oh, that's right. Then the person I saw then must have been Tosaga. It's a little late now, but it suddenly hits me. After that lancer stabbed me in the chest, for some reason, I survived and returned to the house. I was attacked by a lancer a second time. Then Saber saved me, and I became a master. Thank you for the recap, actually. This is the most convenient, like, it just happened recap you could have had. The things I heard at the church. The fight to the death called the Holy Grail War. And the Holy Grail given to the victor that can grant any wish. None of those things feel like they're real, but Shirou has already been attacked by enemies 3 times. Then I can't stand here, bewildered forever. More than anything, I said that I would fight because I can't just let this fight be. The game of musical chairs called the Holy Grail War. That's a really fun.
It's a little reductive, I think.
No. Listen. I know that the elephant's foot is Chernobyl, but listen to me. This is Fate we're talking about. Not so good makes the nuclear bomb guy and the almost nuclear, extremely bad disaster in the same thing. Like, he would. I'm pulling a Natsu here. Whatever your plans are, you can survive it without pushing your opponents aside. And depending on the methods you use to do that, you might end up harming people not even part of the game as well. Ooh, Demon Core! Yeah, that's good. That's why we gotta rejoice. Thank you, shitty priest.
Your choice, Shirou.
My reason for fighting isn't to win the Holy Grail War.
Your wish will finally be granted.
It's to stop the people who will do whatever it takes to win, even if I have to do it by force. There can't be any mistake there. Shirou has been training in magic to become a hero of justice for the sake of people who will have their lives unjustly taken from them. Alright, first I need to go talk to Saber. Shaking off the priest's words, clinging to the back of my mind, I turn my legs towards the hallway. I walk around the house. I look around the whole guest building, any place it seems like there might be someone, but there's no signs of Saber. Huh. You'd think with an outfit like that she'd be easy to find. Even as I say that, there's no sign of Saber's armored form anywhere in the house. Apparently, servants can assume a spirit form, but unfortunately, I can't make her do a trick like that. No, in the first place. She says that I'm her master, but I don't know the first thing about her.
Master, I hardly know her.
God! Oh! I hope Jackie's still in chat.
I'm gonna be really sad if I missed that. That was for them.
I don't have any idea who she is or how servants are able to exist. If there's anything that I do understand, it's just conviction that if I'm with that blonde girl, we'll be able to cut through even this incomprehensible fight. Oh god, I just realized an incredibly major change from the first route now. Have you realized it too?
She's not around?
No. Saber didn't get fucked up.
Oh, shit, she's fine.
Because Saber didn't get fucked up, not only is she still in peak performance, well, I mean, as peak as she can be after getting stabbed by Gabolg, but better than almost mauled by Heracles. Shirou doesn't have the trauma of making her fight.
That's so fucked up.
Because he hasn't seen her getting fucked up. Oh my god. She's not here either. I walk around the whole house. The house is as big as an inn. And when I was a kid, I played hide and seek with Fujine and learned all the most efficient ways to search the house. If I've searched this much and still haven't found her, that just leaves the dojo and the shed. Huh? Saber is in the silent dojo. But the sight of her is different from what I'd seen yesterday. Sitting with her knees folded on the wooden floor, Saber isn't wearing her armor. She's changed into a set of elegant western clothes that seem to suit her, and is silently sitting on the floor. Peaceful white woman.
Yeah.
And now we won't be getting his sexist bullshit with Saber not fighting because she's a girl.
I hope you still get a little of that.
I bet we will. Hey, Go Shrimp, don't worry about it. We are just starting the day. You didn't miss anything. Just a little bit of early unlimited blade works. Looking at her, I'm left speechless. Nobly sitting there, straight-backed, with her eyes closed and her knees folded, Saber is beautiful. The way she seems to melt into the stillness of the dojo reminds me of pure spring water. That's beautiful, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Watchdog, that's your first message in chat, huh?
I'd call that first strike.
At that, the last worry lodged in my mind disappears. Servant or not, whatever she is, I think she's something holy. In that case, from here on, I don't think she'll let me down the wrong path. Let me go down the wrong path. Saber? I call out to her. With no particular hurry, Saber opens her eyes and slowly returns my gaze.
Shirou, you're awake.
A calm voice. Her voice, seeming to soak into the walls as it rings out, is very much suited to this place. Yeah, I just woke up. What are you doing here, Saber?
I was resting. I can't tend to your wounds, so I thought that for right now, I should at least make sure that I'm in my best condition.
As she looks me in the eye, Saber speaks matter-of-factly. That's, I guess you could say that this is a different nervousness than I felt with Tosuka.
Shirou, what's the matter? Are you still...
No, there's nothing wrong with me. I was just kind of at a loss. Don't worry about it. I stumbled a step backwards, quickly shaking my head. This boy is so fucking hormonal.
I fucking love the Shiroism, so don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Unlike Tosuka, this is a pretty lady. This is not a gremlin demon of hell. This is a holy lady. You know? I turn away from her, quizzically tilting her head at me, and for the moment, I try to calm the pounding in my chest. Calm down. What the hell am I so nervous about? Oh boy, if you only knew the other route. If only you knew how things can get. I take a deep breath. Unlike Taiga, this is a lady. But it doesn't seem like I'll settle down right away. Or more like, I have a feeling I'm not going to settle down at all. Oh crap. What did she have to get changed for? Shirou, are you implying you do not like to see her in armor? Are you saying that that outfit is more appealing to you than cool armor?
I think it's the other way around. I think he's complaining that now that she's not in the armor, he can see her as a woman, and that's
If this boy wasn't so trans, he would be so cishet. God. Right?
If we weren't already committed to our interpretation of the text.
I complain without thinking. Saber's outfit makes her seem so much too real, and makes me conscious of her as a girl whether I want to be or not.
Called it.
Yeah, just nailed it. You know how he operates by now.
Isn't it impressive that I can predict these characters' actions before they happen on the second route?
Anyway, she's ridiculously beautiful. I thought that I knew that yesterday, but I've only really come to understand it just now.
Shirou.
The instant our eyes meet, I tense up. But be that as it may, it's not as though I went looking for her in order to stand here all suddenly. I don't know how to deal with her, but if that's an excuse not to say anything, I'll be standing here like this for the rest of my life. UDW, hon?
Unlimited delay works.
Oh, God! Jesus Christ! Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say I'm happy when it doesn't happen, because it happens for a reason. I do not want to put pressure on either of us to do this on a weekly basis.
I'm very unoffended, I promise.
But yeah. I resolve myself and strike up a conversation about the things I should normally have asked after we came home yesterday. About whether she really is my servant, and whether we're really going to take part in this fight. Back to what I wanted to talk about, Saber. No, I'll ask you again. Is it alright if I called you Saber?
Yes. Now that as a servant I have exchanged a contract with you, I am your sword, Shirou. I'll obey your commands, defeat your enemies, and protect you.
Saber says without even the slightest hesitation. There's no room to question her will there. He'll be my sword, huh? In order to win the Holy Grail War or whatever?
Is that not what you summoned me for?
No. My summoning you was just a coincidence. As you know, I'm just a novice mage. I'm sorry, but as a master I do not have any knowledge or any power. But since I've decided to fight, that's what I'm going to do. I'm an inexperienced master, but is that okay with you, Saber?
Of course. You're my master, Shirou. That will not change no matter what happens. After all, servants don't have the freedom to choose their masters.
Is that right? There's nothing for me to do but answer Saber as best as I can. Understood. Then you're fine with me being your master, Saber? He's so self-doubting.
Like you're sure. Like you're sure, right?
Like for real, listen, I'm a pathetic little fail man. Are you sure about it? I'm gonna be bleeding on the ground at the first thing that happens. And I'm not going to complain about it. I'm just going to take it. But I'm going to be bleeding on the ground. Are you sure about it?
Now listen, I'm just like a wet cat of a guy, and I need to know that you're okay with that. Yes. However, Shirou, I will not allow my master to be defeated. If you have no chance of victory, then I shall create it. Using every possible means, I will have you receive the Holy Grail. We servants do not serve you masters without compensation. We also desire the Holy Grail, and consequently we serve you.
Wait a second. Desire the Holy Grail? Does that include you, Saber?
Naturally. In the first place, the spiritual body that is the Holy Grail can only be touched by servants, as we are spirits ourselves. The master who achieves victory in the Holy Grail War receives the Holy Grail through their servant. After that, the servant has their own wish granted as a reward. That is the relationship between masters and servants, Shirou.
I see. When you put it that way, it There's no way that something amazing like a heroic spirit should listen to what a human has to say. Because they also have their own objectives. They serve the masters as a condition of the exchange. In which case, that means Saber has a wish to be granted as well. That's why Saber has no doubts or no hesitation. But that's... Wait, Saber. You said using every possible means, didn't you? Does that mean that you will do whatever it takes in order to win? For example, like that priest told me about, involving innocent people who aren't masters and causing tragedy, like that day 10 years ago.
Shirou, that is not a possible means. I can only do what I will allow myself to do. I cannot betray myself. Wounding someone who carries no sword would violate my oath as a knight. However, if my master should command it, I have no choice but to obey. In that case, as the price for violating me, I will have you use a piece of that crest.
That is a wording that you should not be using.
Stumble over it for a sec.
I'm overwhelmed by the anger in her voice.
She doesn't look mad.
Even so, I happily breathe a sigh of relief. From her excessive strength and lack of hesitation, she seemed like a machine, but now I understand that Saber isn't a ruthless murderer. Yeah, I'll never make you do anything like that. Just like you said, we have to make do doing what we can. I'm really sorry. I insulted you without realizing it. Please, Joan, we are like 4 days into this route. We can't be talking about foot fetish already.
I think we've been able to since the start. No, I'd left to conclusions without understanding your intentions as well. You've done nothing wrong, Shirou, so won't you please raise your head?
Also, yeah, right, with the extra context to, like, all of this, there's, like... It's really interesting knowing now these characters' relationships and motivations. There's, like, more. There's more, because this is very similar to the original route, but there's more. Oh, yeah, I apologize without thinking. I do that. I will do that a lot, don't worry about it. I raise my head. Smiling Saber.
Woo.
I don't know what she thinks is funny, but Saber relaxes the corners of her mouth just slightly. Huh? Well, I'm happy that she's smiling, so let's not dig into it too far. That is the moment where she realized he was so peggable.
Oh, this guy sucks.
Then, is it okay if I ask something else? A master is a mage who summons a servant, right? That's fine, but I still don't understand much about you guys. I get that Saber and Lancer and such aren't your real names, but...
Yes, our names are nothing more than designations assigned to us according to the roles we are given. Yes, we have some time, so let me give you a general explanation.
Lord,
We servants are heroic spirits. All of us achieved fame in the age that we were alive, or accomplished some great feat beyond the means of men. Whatever the method, we are beings who ascended to the level of gods by our own personal power.
it goes without saying. A heroic spirit is the spirit of a hero who possessed exceptional ability in life, who was celebrated after their death, and who ascended to the level of not of a ghost but a holy spirit.
However, at the same time, that is our weakness as well. Because we are heroic spirits, our weaknesses have also been recorded. To reveal our names, our identities, is to expose those weaknesses as well. If our enemies were lesser spirits, there wouldn't be a problem, but we are each heroic spirits who possess the power of certain death. If our weaknesses are known, undoubtedly they will be attacked first, and we will be defeated.
Mm-hmm. I see. Heroes usually do have some kind of opponent they're not good against, don't they? So that's why you hide your real name with a name like Saber? I like that this is so exemplified specifically by Achilles that I cannot, like, help but imagine someone actually summoning Achilles and them trying to be like, I'm X-class servant, and this is the reason we hide it, and they're like, oh, like, for example, if, say, you were Achilles and he's just, like, fucking sweating bullets.
Shit. The weakness has literally entered common parlance.
Yep, it's the example. Oh, like, summoning him and like, oh, you mean, like, an Achilles heel, and he's just like...
Boys, we've been had. Yes, although that is not the only reason that I'm called Saber. There are 7 servants summoned by the Holy Grail, but all of them are selected in accordance with particular classes.
Classes? You mean like Saber and Archer?
That's correct. In the first place, Holy Summoning Heroic Spirit is a feat close to a miracle itself. Summoning 7 of them is beyond even the Holy Grail. Because of that conclusion, the Holy Grail prepares 7 vessels in advance, and only summons heroic spirits suited to those same vessels. It prepares the hosts that allow us to exist in this world. Those are the 7 classes.
Don't worry. Oh, we're going to get the class info dump. I love the card images.
They're kind of great. Never trust a wizard. I really like how long the assassin card's leggies are. The Holy Grail summons heroic spirits from every age who possess abilities which correspond to those classes. The ones wearing the shells of the classes like this are known as servants.
I see. So because you are a heroic spirit who's exceptional with a sword, you were summoned a saber?
Yes, there are also heroic spirits who possess many attributes, but I am confident that there are none who can surpass me with a sword.
Oh boy. I am not going to say anything. I am not going to get into this.
Although that is also the drawback of being a saber. I'm not a mage, so I can only become my master's sword and defeat his enemies.
You mean that you're not suited for trickery or finesse, right? No, I don't think that's a weakness. As strong as you are, I think that's probably enough by itself.
Shirou, you cannot win this battle through strength at arms alone. This is just an example, but in a situation where you are faced with an enemy superior in open combat to yourself, what would you do?
Well, if I knew that I couldn't win fighting them head on, then there's no choice but to find a way to deal with them without fighting. Saying that much, I understand. If your opponent is stronger, then you wouldn't pick an honest fight with them in the first place. Battle isn't just about striking your opponents down with a sword. If you can't beat them with a sword, then that just means that you have to find a way to kill them with something else.
That's right. In the case where the opponent discovers that we're superior in open combat, I doubt that opponent will choose to engage us in the first place. By that reasoning, servants who are inferior in ability will bring any and every method against us. Although the servant assassin is weak in ability, they have the power to conceal their presence, and the servant caster is an expert in magic that no longer exists in this time. We can't afford to be optimistic about the simple difference in our combat power. Moreover, we each have something called a noble phantasm. Whichever servant they happen to be, being a heroic spirit, they possess the chance to inflict certain death.
Noble Phantasm, please keep info dumping on me. This is very interesting. That's unfamiliar vocabulary as well.
This idiot wasn't even here for the last road.
Well, no, somehow I can kind of understand the sense of it though.
Noble phantasms are the special armaments possessed by servants. Lancer's spear, Archer's bow, and my sword are all examples. Heroes aren't called heroes all by themselves. They're heroes because they possess an armament that serves as their symbol. The hero and that equipment are a single unit. Consequently, those who have become heroic spirits are all equipped with a powerful armament. That is the Noble Phantasm, a servant's trump card, and the thing which we should be most cautious of.
Shut up, June. I'm so fucking good at fighting that people are gonna have to fight dirty. It's gonna suck. Yeah? Yeah. It's kinda very bragging of her own abilities too a little bit.
I'm literally so good that everyone's going to use underhanded methods to beat us.
Saber says that noble phantasms refer to the arms that the heroic spirit wielded when they were still alive. I recall the spear of that Blue Knight. That spear that sucked the magical energy out of the air and that pierced Saber's chest following an impossible curse. That's certainly not something that could be done by humans. That spear itself is wrapped in a powerful curse, but I felt magical energy carried in the words that Lancer spoke to activate it, that was in a class of its own as well. Then, could that be... Saber... Are Noble Phantasms magic? Certainly Lancer's spear seemed to have some kind of history to it, but it was still just a spear, right? But at his word, it left the realm of just being a weapon entirely. That was some kind of magic, wasn't it?
Yes, certainly Noble Phantasms are similar to magic. For example, Lancer's spear. His spear itself is a Noble Phantasm, but it only demonstrates its true worth when he fills it with magical energy and speaks its true name.
Wait a minute. I was thinking about the way this info dump is going, and I was thinking that while we have heard basically all of this, we have heard it with like different wording. And I think I just realized why.
Why?
We heard this from Tosaka last time, not from Saber.
Yeah, I think so. In some sense, a Noble Phantasm is Arcana given form.
But Saber, you're mid-tier in Melty Blood. That's actually a shame. She seems really fucking good.
Just as an incantation is required to manifest magic, a Noble Phantasm requires an incantation, an awakening by its true name to activate as well. However, there is a danger of this as well. If a servant speaks the true name of their Noble Phantasm, then their own true name is revealed as well.
I see. The hero and the weapon are a set after all. If you know the name of the weapon they wield, then you can know the identity of its owner as well. Saber wordlessly nods. That's why Noble Phantasms are a trump card. In exchange for revealing the servant's identity, they can produce an unavoidable certain death attack. But if it ends in a misfire, then that servant will have exposed their weak points as well. Then Saber, your Noble Phantasm is that invisible sword?
Yes, that's right. Although I haven't revealed its true form. At this point, I don't believe that there are any servants who know my true name.
Saying that, just for an instant, Saber looks down awkwardly.
Shirou, in relation to that, I have a request.
What sort of request?
My true name. Normally, servants reveal their true name only to their master and work out their future strategies. but you are inexperienced as a mage. I'm not going to tell you shit. It would likely be possible for an exceptional mage to read even your thoughts. That's why.
You mean you can tell me your real name? Yeah, what you're saying is definitely right. Hypnotism, suggestion, I don't think there will be any, but if another master has mystic eyes, I'd probably blab away all your secrets. He just knows, huh? Alright, we'll go with that. I'll leave when and where to use your novel phantasm up to your own discretion.
Oh, can you really decide that so readily?
Oh my god, Feifei, holy shit!
Good lord.
I mean, considering half of his bad ends...
That is just text, but...
Yeah! That is kinda just text. I didn't rush into it. I agreed to it after I properly thought about it. We're in agreement after I thought it through, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
So don't worry about it.
Well then, although I mostly understood the conversation, I still can't grasp the situation. When I stop to think about it, it's kind of strange. Although I've decided to fight, the only enemy I know about is Tosoka, and I don't have any intention of fighting her. Oh, well, she seems perfectly happy to fight me, so maybe I can't really say that. Hey, Saber, do masters or servants have any kind of distinguishing marks? As it is, I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah? What about it, Watchdog?
No, unfortunately, there's no obvious way to distinguish them. But if they are close by, servants are able to sense other servants. And if that servant has materialized, all the more so. Servants themselves are made up of powerful magical energy, after all.
Aw, hon.
You were able to sense Berserker's presence as well, weren't you?
Yeah, that is true, but not knowing who they are until they attacked you is no good, right? You can't respond if you haven't at least realized they're there before they get close.
Then how about following the presence of the masters? Masters are mages, so long as they pursue magic as their calling, they will always leave some magical energy behind them. If you seek that out, could you not identify the masters in this town?
Sorry. Unfortunately, I fucking suck at that. I am a loser? I'm an idiot? I know nothing about magecraft. I can only sometimes maybe reinforce a pole. That's all I can do.
Can you not follow the magical snail trail?
In the first place, I hadn't even realized Tosoka's true nature, and she goes to the same school as me. Even though we've spent 2 years in the same building, and moreover, I've seen her countless times. Oh, brother. Like, this'll definitely be mocked for being a novice. The only proof that I'm a master is the command spell. I guess we're in for a rough time ahead. I take a deep breath. Then...
Shirou, may I have you close your eyes for a moment?
What are you doing, Saber? What are you going to do, Saber? Also, the original release was a full $60, huh? I mean, fair enough. Oh, 1 moment. With a serious expression, Saber said that to me. Close my eyes? Why?
To prove that you are a master, please close your eyes and steady your breathing.
She's gonna just fucking Riona him. I close my eyes. And then I feel a light touch to my forehead. Wait, it's tingling strangely. There's no way that this is the tip of her sword, right?
Don't say it. Move on. Move on.
Saber, wait a second. You're not doing something weird, are you?
Master, please be quiet and concentrate on my fingertip. If you're a mage, you ought to be able to sense my magical energy from it.
Chat, please. I see. The thing touching me is her finger.
Just seeing all the messages just scroll up.
Well then, I think to myself, I'll collect myself and calm my mind. Then... What the fuck is this? Saber? What was that just now? Why was there a game UI in my brain?
That should be obvious. Because you and I are connected by our contract, it is only natural that you should be able to grasp my condition. I've uploaded it to your brain.
The fact that the status screen is in-universe is so fun, yeah. Grasp your... Is that what that was?
Sorry, connection just split for a sec. I think I'm
Take your
back.
time, don't worry.
Can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
Fantastic. I don't know what form you understood it by. How you gauge a servant's abilities is entirely your own standard. There are masters who simply classify by color, and there are also masters who differentiate using animal likenesses. In short, although there are personal differences, it takes the form that is easiest for the master themselves to distinguish. This is one of the fundamentals of being a master, so please check it often. Once you've seen an opponent once, you should be able to understand their details as you do mine. Oh, the status screen is diegetic.
Yeah, it is. It is diegetic.
What the fuck?
No, this fucking screen is 100% diegetic. You know it.
Unfortunately, you are a gamer.
Like, I need you to know that that's actually the case. Like, I think there's at least one master who does see it as like straight up RPG, like level up screen stats, because they're a fucking gamer.
That's so fucking wild to me.
I think there's another example we know of someone who visualizes the stats like through the vision of a river, and depending on how fucking powerful the river flows, it's like more or less in the stat.
And like, that makes perfect sense. That's very interesting. But it's the fact that Shirou's is so literal. It's like a Wikipedia article in his brain.
I love it so much. Personas and tabletop RPG characters? Yeah, it happens. It's Jinako. I love Jinako. It was so sudden that it took me by surprise, but with this, I might be able to act just a little bit more like a master.
Master, I've abbreviated it, but that is the end of the explanation I can give you.
Yeah, I was kinda rushed, but I got it. Sorry, Saber.
Don't apologize. This isn't the time for it. If you understand the situation, you should not be deciding what we're going to do from now on. Or should you not be deciding?
So if the UI is bad, it is the fault of the master's mental state? She readily leans forward as she presses me for an answer. I see. Like Tosoka, I guess Saber is the type who wants to attack before she's attacked herself. No, I'm not going to do anything different or anything. I have no intention of going out to defeat the other masters like Tosoka does.
Shirou, that's not how things should be. As my master, do you not have any intention of obtaining the Holy Grail?
Saber's eyes narrow. Those are the cold-hearted eyes of a swordsman that will forgive no denial. Returning her gaze so as not to be overpowered, I clearly state what I intend to do from now on. Yeah, I do, but that's because I want to keep it from falling into the hands of a bad guy. I don't have any reasons to want the Holy Grail myself. But that doesn't mean I won't fight. I might be an apprentice, but I'm still a mage. I understand that there's no going back now. I know I won't survive this unscathed without doing anything.
Then as a mage, this is a fight you cannot run from. In other words, you're saying that you will fight not for the Holy Grail, but to prevent the battle for it?
Is that what it amounts to? Yeah, I'm sure that's right. I can't put it in words very well, but I think there's worth in a fight like that. That's right. Honestly, even if you say Holy Grail, it doesn't feel real. But if it's for something like that, then I think I can fight seriously, with my head held high.
I don't understand. You say that you're a mage, Shirou. In that case, you should desire the omnipotent Holy Grail. Mages master their magic because you have desires that you cannot realize yourselves, do you not?
I don't think I've seen this fucking wary, sopping wet Saber before.
She's so weathered.
What are you saying? I don't have any impossible wishes or anything. Well, there are all kinds of things that I have to do, though. Yeah. That's why now I'll just do everything I can to keep innocent people from being caught up in this.
Then you're saying you have no need of the Holy Grail, Shirou? That you will not fight for it?
That's not what I said, is it? As long as I'm going to fight, I intend to get the Holy Grail.
That itself is contradictory. Why would you desire something you have no need of enough to fight for it?
No, I mean, winning means getting the Holy Grail, and more than anything. You need it, don't you, Saber? Then we have to get it. Oh!
Yeah!
Oh! Oh!
I fucking love this.
Yeah, I don't know what sort of people the other masters are. It's possible that there might be a really good person among them. But I decided I would take your side, Saber. Did you say that you need to get the Holy Grail? It goes without saying that I'd give you as much help as I can, right? Oh! Oh!
I love these two.
This is just something my dad used to say, but he said if you're going to be a hero, then be an egotist. There's no meaning in trying to take everyone's side, so you've got to side with the people you like, the people you can't trust. I couldn't imagine that until now, but now I think that's what I should believe. I can't fight for myself or anything like that. But if I can fight for you, Saber, that'd be fine. Besides, to put it bluntly, if this girl wants it this badly, I think it's human nature to want to get it for her. I mean, I'm a man after all.
I am a man after all.
Shirou would be a himbo if he had muscle mass. Okay, so here's the thing. He is, like, always, like, tampering with electronics, carrying things around, working 20 jobs.
Works.
He has muscle mass.
Like, I understand he's been drawn as an anime twink the few times we've seen him, but like, he's gotta be toned as hell, right?
I believe he's at least a twunk, you know?
Maybe not that far, but I mean, like, yeah, he's gotta be physically very strong.
He's got that crackhead line cook construction worker build without the crack.
Exactly. Shirou would be a perfect American line cook. Completely selfless, willing to give up everything for the task at hand, and really strong despite his thin frame.
Oh god.
Then you're saying that if I gave up on the Holy Grail, he wouldn't fight?
That's tricky. When Saber says something like that, all the assumptions I've had up until now break down. No, even so it's the same. I said that I would fight. So I can't run away. That's absolute, Saber. Firmly, I look Saber in the eye and declare. Saber doesn't answer immediately. She lets out a deep breath and looks up at me.
Understood. If you say that as my master, I will only obey. My goal is the Holy Grail, and even if your goal is to arbitrate this conflict, our destination is the same. But Shirou,
She pauses. Saber, with eyes like she was looking into the distance.
I can't say this very well, but in that case you will regret it. I'm sure it will be something you regret.
Oh boy. She spoke those words. Ah. God. God, already the vibe and the mood of this route is so much different, right?
Because in the beginning at this point, we're worrying about Saber and doting on her health, and she's fucking unconscious and having a terrible time. And then now, she's making it very, very clear that she's willing to threaten us.
You're sure someone got a grail and wished for an official translation? Oh. We've almost made it to noon without having breakfast, so I decided that the first thing we would do was have lunch. That was because Saber can't take on a spirit form the way Archer can, and she's not getting the supply of magical energy that she normally could receive from her Master Rider. Of course, both of those are because of my deficiency as her Master. Apparently, she can avoid the drain on her magical energy by sleeping, but the replenishment of her magical energy isn't perfect. In which case, the only way to supply her with energy is through food, so I can't skimp out on making food for her.
White woman starving.
It's not the only way, Shirou, but you do not know that.
Oh my god.
Serpents materialize themselves through magical energy, right? So then, since your magical energy won't recover, does that mean that you'll get weaker the more you fight? After I cleaned up the dishes, I ask her as I fold up my apron.
It isn't that I can't recover it entirely. While I am active, I constantly generate magical energy. Even a servant with no supply from nature can generate at least some magical energy with their own magic circuits.
And there's no problem, is there?
Well, how should I explain this? Yes, let's use that tap as an example. There's water dripping from the tap right now, yes? Please think of that as the amount of magical energy I'm capable of generating myself. And the glass that water is dripping into is me. In my current state, although it will only be a little at a time, I will fill up with water. Now about this water dripping out. The more full the glass becomes, the wider the tap will open. So long as there is water in the glass, I can also keep water coming out of the tap. However, once the glass is empty, in other words, when I have used up all of my magical energy, the tap will shut off completely. When that happens, my supply of magical energy will be gone. The glass will remain empty forever. For a servant, that is annihilation. To take a wound so dire you can no longer maintain your body, or to become unable to supply the magical energy necessary to do so. The latter example is hardly so common, though.
But if there's even a drop of water left in the glass, it's fine, right? If you haven't even a little bit of magical energy left, the tap will still be open, so with time the glass will fill up again?
That's true, but the water in the glass is always draining. I'm using the water even just doing this, and in battle that drain becomes even greater. To look at it conversely, the more powerful my action, the greater the drain on the water becomes. If I were to use my noble phantasm, even if the glass were completely full, there is danger of emptying it in an instant.
This has gotten difficult. In short, since that tap, me, in other words, is close to her, Saber will recover magical energy incredibly slowly, at about the rate of water dripping from a tap. Because of that probably means that if we do end up in a fight, we need to finish it immediately, and then let her sleep for a long time and avoid useless activity, and let the glass fill back up again. It also means I probably should fix my fucking tap, so it doesn't drip. And using your novel phantasm could be an incredible extravagance, huh?
That's true, but it isn't as though I can't use it. By limiting its power, it should be possible for me to use it at least once.
What are you saying? I'm not going to let you do that. Saber, you're not allowed to use your novel phantasm. If you died on me doing that, I'd have no idea how to apologize to you.
20 minutes earlier. Yeah, I'll leave it up to your discretion.
I place Saber's after meal tea down in front of her with a clink. It's adorable to watch me sway and vibe as Anya reads. I like vibing. Saber pensively wrinkles her brow and reaches her hand out to the teacup. Then, I heard the perfectly timed ringing of the telephone.
That just took me back. I haven't heard a fucking landline ring like that so fucking long.
Who'd be calling at this hour on a Sunday? I have a bit too much of an idea of who it might be, but I'm afraid of what kind of counterattack might await me if I pretend that I'm not home. Hello, Miya speaking. Hi, this is Fujimura! My head spins. In some sense, she is the strongest. After the roller coaster of events I've been on since last night, at a single word from her, I was drawn back to reality. What do you want? I'll tell you this now, but I'm pretty busy, Fujine. The ghost of Fujine. Hey, I'm pretty busy myself. I'm giving up my whole day off today to look after my students. That's strange. I'm having a hallucination that I can see her proudly puffing out her chest on the other side of the telephone.
God.
Shiro, remember who you are? It's kind of wild that you've actually seen parts of Unlimited Blade Works Abridged, so you know about certain things that happen in this route, and that those were the only things you knew prior to this playthrough. You're going to have realizations soon. Also, what is your favorite scary movie? Says a chat member, hon. Do you have any? Favorite scary movies?
Sorry, I was spacing out so bad. I have not been here the last I don't know how long. What? What did you say? I'm so sorry.
A chat member asked what their favorite scary movie was.
Nope.
Nope.
Like, the movie Nope. 2022.
That's the name of a movie, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I have one. I barely watch movies these days, and horror is not something I've explored much, but I would like to change that at some point.
I'm a bitch, so I can only take some horror.
I see. Then this isn't the time to be making small talk, is it? There's no fire or robbers or circus here, so relax and focus on the club. With a see you, I quickly end the conversation. Wait a second! Your big sis is calling you to keep from being embarrassed, so you'll be in trouble if you hung up without even listening to the problem. I love her so much.
She is.
She's a delight.
She is somehow more of a failure than Shiro, and I find that delightful and charming.
Oh, it wasn't an actual question, it was a Scream reference. I'm so sorry.
Amazing.
I've been in trouble since last night, but there's no point in telling her that. In the first place, just avoiding embarrassment instead of enduring it, Fujina's idea of a pinch. Yeah, sure. Okay. What do you want? Hiro, I'd really like to eat a bento. Maybe one with some of those sweet tamagoyaki you make.
My god.
Is she really asking him to fucking deliver her food? That's all for my order. Deliver it to the Archery dojo ASAP. Click. Really, who does that teacher think she is? Good grief, I guess there's no help for it, is there? They do say that wild animals cause trouble when they get hungry. I love that Taigai's beast coded.
I love that she's just actually an animal.
I put my apron back on. He just does it. He just actually does it. Well, there are some leftovers from lunch anyway. I can make up some tamagoyaki pretty quickly. He's so nice. I'm done. Saber, can I ask you to look after the house for a bit? I'll be back soon, so wait here, okay? I pack up Fujina's bento and head out into the hallway. And Saber-san follows along next to me for some reason. I put on my shoes. When I collect myself and look beside me, Saber too is silently putting on her shoes. Saber? I timidly call out to her. No, I already know what she's going to say, but even so, I had no choice but to ask. What are you doing?
If you're going out, then I shall accompany you. A servant protects her master. It would be dangerous to let you walk around outside alone.
God. And here we are. But, well, this is a road where we're going to have to go down eventually. This is a good opportunity, so let's clear this up right here. Saber? Masters avoid being seen, right? So it will be safe during the day. As long as I don't go anywhere where there's no one around, I won't be attacked either.
I'm aware of that, but in the worst case, what do you intend to do? You're still inexperienced, Shirou, so I must be with you 24 hours a day, mustn't I?
Thank you, Saber Mom. 24 hours a day? Wouldn't that mean we'll be always together? You idiot! There's no way that I could do that, is there? Anyway, if we're always together, what are we going to do when it's time to go sleep?
Are you testing me, Shirou? While you're asleep is when I should be guarding you most. Of course I'll wait at your side.
I instantly hid my reddening face, and anyway, I sucked in a breath of air and tried to calm down. Damn it, I'm such an idiot. I finally realized what a big deal this is. This is what it actually means to fight together with Saber, isn't it?
Shirou, what's the matter? It shouldn't be so surprising, should it? All I'm saying I'm going to do is what Rin did last night, aren't I?
Don't be absurd. If you did that, I'd go crazy before we ever got to fight. You can't do that. We should prepare a room for you, so please use that. Ugh. Even if you look at me like that, I'm not going to back down.
Shirou, I would appreciate it if you would come to your senses. I've put up with most of your contradictions, but I cannot compromise on this. As a master, what you intend to do is riddled with mistakes. I cannot obey you if you won't let me, or if you won't tell me your reasoning.
Saber indignantly looks up at me. Even as I'm steadily overwhelmed, I intently return her gaze. I don't have a reason for it. I'm telling you it's fine, so you can just stay put. I'll be fine during the day, so you can just stay here and rest, right?
I refuse. I cannot back down either without hearing a clear reason.
You don't get it, do you? You're a girl, Saber! There's no way I could sleep in the same room as you, can I? Saber stops dead. Anyway, I'll prepare a room for you when I get back, so just rest until then.
Your voicing of this is so wet. I'm really here for it. I can see the tears streaming down your face.
He just feels wet right now, you know? And I dash out the door. I guess you could say that Fujine is getting her DoorDash.
It's fine.
Anyway, kill me.
That was fine. Like, I mean,
Oh god, what am I, a little kid? Suddenly. Slapping my surely red face, I dashed outside. Well, anyway, since I said it that strongly, surely even Saber will understand. When I get back from school, I'll apologize for yelling at her and have her forgive me. Oh, okay. I was expecting her to just be following after him.
I was also expecting this.
I head down the hill. We love the curved wall next to Shiro's house.
We love the curved rock wall.
It's a 30-minute walk to the school. It's not a distance I particularly have to hurry, but for some reason, I find myself walking quickly.
Okay, unironically though, this is like my favorite background in the entire like cityscape. I really like this one. I don't know what it is about rock walls. Really get me for some reason.
It's a good one. The reason for that.
Oh, yep, there she is. Great.
Making my way downtown, walking fast. Looks behind him. There's a white woman approaching, walking faster. I love him. Shiro, I'm still hungry. Shiro. I need seconds now, Shiro. I smell the bento on you, Shiro.
Sorry, I would love to make a video ranking every wall in Fate Stay Night.
Wait, I mean, I have a like file with all of the sprites and all of the backgrounds in this game, so we could go through them when we're done.
I would love that.
Give me your meat, Shiro. It's her silently following along behind me. When she appeared for that moment just behind him, I can imagine the SCP containment breach, like semi-jump scare noise when you see something. You know the one?
Yeah, I do.
If I let her be, there's no doubt that she will follow me all the way to school. I guess I need to tell her in no uncertain terms. Saber, I told you to wait at the house, didn't I? Are you going to ignore your master's orders? I stop walking and turn around. After Saber glared at me as though she very much had something to say.
I wonder, if a servant were going to disobey her master's orders, surely it would be because she didn't hear him.
She looked away from me in a huff. God! These two are such fucking nerds!
This is so stupid.
Ignoring Saber, I head down to the bottom of the hill. And behind me, of course, is Saber glaring a silent pressure into my back.
I love that she's just following him.
Come back already! Aren't you not going to understand unless I tell you straight out that if you come with any further, you'll just be a nuisance? I throw a glare back at her, maintaining a distance of precisely 5 meters behind me. God. God. I'm not sure what's bothering her, but all Saber does is silently protest.
Just a little glare.
Good grief. I don't know why she's so angry, but she's absolutely just being stubborn. I fucking love her so much. Right? Fine. Do whatever you want. And this time, I really do ignore Saber and start walking. We climb the hill up to the school building. Yama has plenty of hills, but even among those, this one is especially tall. It's so tall that from the school grounds at the summit of the hill, you can see across the whole town. It's just after 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Fortunately, I can't see any students on the road up to the school. It's probably because it's Sunday, and even the folks diligently here for club activities are still on their after-lunch break. If you call it lucky, I guess it is that. But we can't very well go any further. And with a sigh, I gave up. I turn around. When I stop walking, Saber glares at me as she takes a few more steps up beside me. Perhaps it's because I've been ignoring her this whole time. Saber has been polishing up her foul mood. Saber?
What is it? I believe you told me to do as I wished. Antics!
God.
It's fucking antics!
What is you? You only hear what's convenient for you, don't you?
Of course, I'm a servant. I can't deliberately expose my master to danger.
Jeez, fine, I get it, I lose, I gave up, so let's go to school together. If we do that, you'll be able to see that the school is safe too. And I'm sorry for yelling at you before.
Eh?
She's like, he gave up first? He stopped trying?
I've been spending all this time polishing up the foul mood. You're just gonna go back?
Alright, if we're going to do this, let's get our story straight. You're a relative of my dad's and you've come here to visit and do some sightseeing. Does that work for you? Shoulder to shoulder, Saber and I climb the hill together.
Ah, yes. If that would be more convenient for you, Shirou, I don't mind.
God, I love them so much. I love them so much.
They're so goofy. They have so much chemistry.
Alright, it's settled then. Yeah, you'd have to meet them sooner or later anyway, so it won't make any difference if I introduce you now. Yeah, that's right. As long as Saber is living at the house, she is going to end up running into Fujine and Sakura. That's right, Saber, I forgot to ask you, but where did you get those clothes?
Rin gave these to me. She said that so long as I can't take on a spirit form, I would need regular clothes.
That's rather unexpected. More than her tactfulness, I'm surprised that such ladylike clothes could belong to Tosaka.
They're also just so not in Tosaka's colors. Like...
What about your armor then? Did you leave it at the house?
No, my armor is woven from magical energy. For me to take it off is to make it disappear. When the time comes for battle, it can protect me at any time.
Huh. You can make your weapon reappear or disappear anytime you want to? That's convenient.
Yes, so there's no need for you to worry. Even if enemies were to attack us here, I will protect you.
Yeah, Watchdog? You should have just worn Shirou's clothes. Could have given him more stress and anxiety. God. Okay, but like... I mean... I could appreciate... you have seen... I have sent you my... I have sent you the screen caps. You have seen, Anya. how Saber looks in a suit, right?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. Listen.
Look, all I'm saying is Saber in a button-down t-shirt and pants. Like, is it wrong to encourage a trans woman to boy mode? Perhaps. But...
I see. That's hardening. Perhaps in reaction against my previous silence, I inadvertently let my true feelings out. Saber but Rika Pokemon. Rika's good. And without responding to that slip of my tongue, Saber steadily made her way up the hill. School time.
Woo.
God, it's been so long since we've seen the school.
I know.
We reached the school gate.
I think the last time we were here was when we fought Ryder.
Yeah, it was. If we've come this far, I've got no choice but to go for it. I just think of it as showing a transfer student around. I should be able to make do. Saber, if somebody calls out and stops you, don't say anything. Just shake your head. If you can make a face like you don't understand Japanese, that'd be best. Incredible. Saber? With harsh face. You're not going to threaten me.
Eh? No, it wasn't as though I was looking at you, Shirou. I was just surprised at how strong the residue of magical energy is here.
Residue? Are you sure? Saber says that, but I can't feel anything. Well, no. I can't sense magical energy if it's not pretty strong in the first place.
Yes, though even if I say that, it's not something you should be surprised about. You and Rin go to the same school, don't you? A mage of her caliber has been here for over a year. No doubt she keeps a workshop, so no matter how she tried to hide it, magical energy would leak out.
It could seem that the magical energy or whatever it was that Saber felt was Tosaka's lingering scent.
Blessed girl smell particles.
Oh my fucking god! Jesus. Huh. She's pretty clumsy too, isn't she? For you to sense her before we've even gone inside. Wait, is she inside right now?
No, it seems Rin herself isn't here. If she were, I'm sure I would feel it more strongly. There aren't any people who seem to be mages on these grounds. I have a curious feeling that something is amiss, but for the moment there's no danger.
Did you mean you cannot sense Tosaka's scent, Shirou? Is that it? You have not been privy to her magical girl mask? Is that it?
Oh my god.
I keep telling you there's no danger here, don't I? Come on. I'm going in, so make sure you follow me. Oh god, it's been so long. Who the fuck voiced you?
I don't even remember this girl.
That is the girl that was in Lesbians with Rin.
Oh, yeah. I can take it. Fuck it. Oh, hey, Mia. What, has she got you on lunch duty?
Immediately, huh? Rusted friends are a godsend at times like these. The captain of the Archery Club, Mitsuzuri Ajako, took one look at my face and saw through exactly what I was here for. Hey, like you guessed, I come bearing food. Is Fujina inside?
She is. You're a real lifesaver. Fujimura-sensei's been so hungry, she's been having kittens. What? The cafeteria's closed today, so I was just thinking I might have no choice but to duck out and buy something.
It was that serious, huh? And you say duck out, but can't mean going down to Toyoetsu all by yourself. She's giving birth.
She's so angry, she's giving birth. Where else am I supposed to go? Buying equipment is eating up all our money as it is, so it's not like I can afford to waste money on emergency rations.
That's Mitsuzuri for you. She hates wasting anything. By the way, Tojoetsu is the name of the supermarket down in the shopping district. In the Archery Club, idle members resting their arms get sent down there on shopping expeditions in the guise of training runs. It's a contradictory custom, where even though they're allegedly running to rest their arms, they're made to carry heavy bags on the way back. That could have been a disaster, huh? Here, a bento. It's a little late, but give this to Fujine for me, could you? I hold out the paper bag.
Oh, a fancy 3-course set. Very nice. It's been a while since I've seen one of those. You're pretty good at delicate things like those, aren't you, Amiya?
Hero turning directly to the camera. Fuck all that magic lore let me dump and lore about the local grocery store.
Servants, wages, cool. Let's talk about my favorite shopping market.
Also, I'm still so mad I didn't get Morga's watchdog. Sadani, no. I don't know what she's so happy about, but Mitsuzuri flashes a satisfied smile. She who says that is exceptional at mass production. Mitsuzuri is usually responsible for dinner at training camps, and she surprises everyone every time. That she's even able to make a curry of unskinned potatoes taste good, the world of cooking really is deep. Well, leaving that aside, Mitsuzuri just peeked inside the bag and didn't try to take it from me. You leave the sarcasm and take it, will you? Wasn't Fujine supposed to be running wild inside?
Yeah, that's true. If you're worried about that, then hurry up and get inside and give it to Fujimura-sensei yourself. Anyway, you know that if I told her I let you go at the door, she'd get even more bent out of shape, right? I don't want Fujimura-sensei putting me through the ringer. Come on, you've come this far, just accept it and come on in.
I like that this is something that happens. This is not something that is an oddity that just happened today. This is something that happens on the regular.
This is so regular that she took one look at Shirou and assumed what he was here for correctly.
She points her chin towards the dojo. Certainly. If I've come this far, I'm worried about what will happen later if I don't at least show my face. It's not like I've come here to shoot, so I guess once I hand over the bento I can just head straight home. Resigning myself that there's nothing to be done, I carry myself into the archery dojo. But Mitsuzuri, known her a long time, make sure to check in the morning if Fujine got lunch or not. It's way too miserable a sight for the club advisor to be walking around staring longingly at people's lunchettes.
Well, I was exhausted this morning too. I've been kind of busy lately, so I didn't really have time. Well, I guess there's not much point in complaining to you about it though.
And suddenly, leaning into me, she gets right up close to my ear as though she's going to tell me a secret.
So, Mia, who is she? She's really pretty, but do you know her?
Can't you, introduce me to her?
Can you tell me her name?
Does she, swing that way? She asked me in a tense voice.
I love her looming.
Of course she would. It's natural she'd be surprising, Saber. Even more so since she's trying to silently follow me into the dojo.
What about it, Mia? Is she a friend of yours?
It'd get complicated if I started explaining it, but I'd appreciate if we could call it that. While I'm at it, if you could explain it so nobody makes a fuss when she comes into the club room, I'd really owe you one.
Alright, Saber, let's get our stories straight. I'm not going to tell them to anyone, and I'm going to tell her to explain it to other people. Okay, I'm curious about the circumstances, but I like your terms. There's no canceling this later, alright, Amiya?
I opened the door, and Saber silently followed after Misutsuri and I. We entered the dojo. After lunch, the dojo was as wild as a battlefield. Uchimura-sensei! Misaki-san says her stomach hurts so much she might die. What century were those crackers from? It's just a stomachache. I ate them too and I'm fine. Just make her drink some kelp tea. Haga-sensei, we're going to do some target practice, so can't you let us move the heater? It's cold in the corner of the dojo. Alright, you're there with so much nerve. 3 times around the dojo in your shorts. Come back when you knock that attitude out of you. Sensei, Kitako-kun is bleeding. She got her cheek on the bowstring. There's no need to go to the nurse's office for a cut like that. Just spread some of aloe planted on the side of the hill on it.
Jesus Christ.
Oh jeez, why does this bow bend back like this? I can't draw it properly like this, can I? Oh, you over there, don't push on it from the top like that. You're still young, so if that's hard, 2 of you do it together. If you tip it over and knock the trim off, you will break your neck later. Or rather, I will, with a snap, for breaking one of our precious bows.
This creature should not be in charge of students.
Sensei, we don't have any chalk. My hands are slipping. Huh? Really? Did somebody go to the storeroom and take on inventory? Sensei, we're out of stock! I think it's because you forgot to order more yesterday, Sensei! Well then, one of the first years, go get a bag from the baseball club! Oh, she's crazy! I love her, I love her, I love her.
She's fantastic. She's awful, but I love her.
No. You here really doesn't ever change.
It's like this all the time.
Well then, I can't very well just stand here watching this pandemonium forever. Oh, perfect timing. Hey, Sakura! I call out to the girl student standing in front of the bow rack. Speaking of racks, oh, look at her! She has the outfit on.
First off, that's adorable. Second off, shut up. Senpai?
Sakura puts down the bow in her hands, and with her eyes wide, she runs over.
Senpai, what are you doing here today? Could it be...
Yeah, I came to deliver Fujine's lunch. Sorry, but could you go and get that teacher making crazy talk over there?
Oh, yeah, of course that's it. Now that you mention it, Sensei phoned earlier.
She thought he was here to watch her! No!
Oh, no! I think this girl's just perpetually having, like, the worst time.
I don't know where her previous smile went, but Sakura's shoulders slumped limply.
He's got no idea.
Oh. That's right. Fujine's hungry and making all kinds of unreasonable demands, right? This might be a little late, but anyway, I made her lunch, so make sure she eats it, alright? And I'm sorry for being so late yesterday. Thanks for making dinner, huh?
Yes, it makes me happy to hear that. But...
She casts a fleeting glance behind me. There, a blonde girl who does not belong in the archery dojo is standing.
Senpai.
Huh? But I'm not really too late, am I? Was there no point in me making some for you two, just in case?
No, that's not it at all. I'm hungry too. I gave Sensei half of my lunch.
I can't believe this. She's so happy about it too. Holy shit, she's so happy about it too. Oh, I figured something like that would happen. I made you something you can eat right away, so it shouldn't take you very long. Well, if everybody's on the same boat, I don't think anybody will complain if you just restart lunch.
Yeah, that's true. Then I'm gonna start eating. But, Senpai, are you gonna be in the dojo all day today?
Yeah, I've come all the way here, so I'll be at school until club is over. I stood you up yesterday, so today I'm going to make dinner, so you come and eat too, alright, Sakura?
Yeah, gladly. Now go and get Sensei, alright? You're not allowed to just leave the bento and go somewhere else. Okay, Senpai?
This is so cute, though.
It's really adorable. Also really sad, but kind of adorable.
Sakura scampers off to get Fujine. When I turned around, I saw Mitsusuri walking around explaining things to the club members, starting to whisper excitedly when they saw Saber. Well then, for now, I suppose I've completed my initial objective. If you remember in the relationship stat, Sakura is the highest one by default at the start? I didn't know that.
I feel like it makes the most sense. Like,
yeah,
you spend time with her.
Yeah, like we barely done anything with her, and she's like on the same level as Rin currently.
We have fought and almost died alongside.
And these three not romanceable. I'm full. Sugar has made it to my head, and I'm finally feeling like myself. Are you always on a sugar high?
That would explain a lot, I think.
That could explain so much, actually. The break room. Fujine sips her tea as she pecks away at the red bean jelly she has for dessert. Perhaps it's because Fujine has calmed down, but Dojo is quiet, and the sounds of bowstrings cutting through the air echoes across it.
Sensei, it's about time I got out on the range, so if you'll excuse me.
Sure. Oh, can you tell me to Suri-san holding herself back out there that I want to talk to her so she can come in?
Yes, please take it easy too, Senpai, if you can. I'd really like it if you'd teach me like you used to.
Aww.
Aww.
With a bow, Sakura leaves, with a bow, But as she does, she uneasily stared at Saber, quietly watching us from over by the wall. What are you going to do after this, Shirou? I'm going to end the club activities at 5, but are you going to stay and watch until then? What should I do? Looking at her, in her own way, Saber is interestedly watching the archery dojo, so...
Fuck.
Ooh.
I did. Okay, I promised Sakura I'd stay at the archery dojo.
Yeah? So let's stay at the archery dojo.
I said I'd do that. It would be rude if I didn't.
So let's do that. Yeah? Taking Saber and walking around the school seems like likely to cause some sort of trouble. Let's relax here until the evening in this familiar room. I made up my mind. If I won't be in the way, then I'll stay and watch Fujine. Alright then! Then I'll go assign them some practice to do, so you stay here and relax, Shirou. Oh, if you feel like picking up a bow, you don't need to hold back, okay? You're my student, and you're the best archer of anyone here. Certainly, when it comes to shooting arrows, I'm probably more skilled than anyone in the club. even if I've walked away from the bow, I think I could still produce the results I did when I was in the club at any time. But that has nothing to do with my shooting arm. It's just because of the training in magic that I do as a nightly routine that I can hit the target just as I imagine it. It's not true, Fujine. I'm lacking in persistence, aren't I? Are you talking about how you're supposed to shoot over 200 arrows a day and everything else is nothing more than just releasing the bowstring? You know some boring things, don't you, Shirou? No, I mean, if you practice Kyudo, you could know at least that much, wouldn't you? Anyway, I'm not gonna pick up a bow just because I feel like it. I'm not prepared for it mentally, so I'm not sure I could even hit the target like this. But Shirou, training isn't just picking up a bow and shooting a bunch of arrows every day. Even if you're not holding a bow, if you're properly training yourself, that's plenty persistent. It's fine to draw that kind of a distinction, but trying to afford every courtesy to the bow is a hang-up in itself. In any case, if you get all tangled up in that stuff, you'll get stuck, so why don't you try being honest with yourself once in a while?
Damn.
Look at this woman suddenly being, like, actually sensible.
Yeah, just kind of came for his life there.
Uchine disappears onto the range. Big sis inside buff. Oh.
That's what Bloodborne's about.
And as though to take her place, Mitsuzuri comes in.
I'm coming in. Hey, you're looking awfully troubled, Mia. I take it Fujimura-sensei rakes you over the coals?
I guess you could call it that. She scolded me not to get too hung up on stuff. But no. The truth is she's completely right though.
Ah, I see. I was sure that you'd quit just because you lost interest, but you still want to do it, huh? That's a bit of a surprise.
A surprise? What? It looked like I'd gotten tired of the bow to you?
Yeah, I mean, you only ever missed the target once, right? When I joined the archery club, you were so good. It was like you were some kind of monster. Every one of your shots was beautiful. You made a face like you didn't care about anything except hitting all the targets. When I saw that, I thought, that guy's so good he's not even happy about it or anything. Or maybe like he could just hit the target even without a bow, so he's angry at the bow for just getting in his way.
What kind of impression did you leave, Shirou?
Bullseye? Like I thought, shooting is really about the spirit of the shooter, right? In Kyudo, arrows don't hit the target, they hit the heart of the one aiming at it. That spirit won't make sense to someone who can't face himself or who can't shoot through himself.
In other words, Kyudo is a path to kill yourself. Make yourself transparent and direct you to a state of mind where you can become one with nature. Martial philosophy. This is interesting, yeah. This is very interesting to see.
I also really like that now that we're seeing more people, everyone's just showing up and like just roasting him. Like, hey Shirou, get over yourself.
That's what the 8 stages of shooting: planting your feet, forming your body, readying the bow, raising the bow, drawing the bow, full draw, release, and follow through are for. At full draw, you and the target become as one. Frozen instant when you let go of the arrow that has become you yourself. That we call release. And finally, the follow through, with the knowledge that yourself flying into the distance has already struck the target. Sanshin unifies that process of action and result, and reduces past and future to a single point. That's so philosophical for just target practice at a high school.
I know, I fucking love it.
It's nothing else but a method of training yourself by giving yourself over to that etiquette and ritual. That's right. Come right out and say it. Kyudo bears a striking resemblance to meditation and magic.
Well, I'm just preaching to the choir here, though. In Kyoto, the arrow hitting the target is just a bonus. What's really important is the path that allows you to reach that state of mind, right? Since it's a path, not a method. But to look at it the other way, what Kyoto means is that you can't reach that state of mind without the bow.
Oh, that's why Shirou was frustrated, because he tries to get the same focus on Magecraft and he can't?
Oh, that's so interesting. I wonder if you weren't bored with that part of it, Emiya. When we shoot and we hit the target, we can delude ourselves that, we made it, even if we know that shooting is nothing more than a means to an end. It's only when the arrow actually hits that we know that we've done it. But Emiya, you're the type for whom it doesn't matter where the arrow goes. When it comes to archery, anybody can just score a hit. If you ignore the 8 stages of shooting because they're a pain and just focus on learning the technique of hitting the target, anyone can do that. But in that case, all you're doing is just hitting it. True shooting is about becoming the target, no matter how bad the person holding the bow is.
That's really interesting, actually. Archery as a meditative process.
That's kind of sick. I love this.
That's not really true, though. Even I stand on the range in order to hit the target.
That's what I'm saying. Isn't there really a faster method for you than picking up a bow and standing on the range? Picking up a bow is just extra for you in the first place. There was one time that you missed, wasn't there? When that happened, I went to go look because I was sure that you'd be upset. You were exactly the same as you always were. When I asked you why, you just said, "No, I missed because I pictured I was going to miss," as calmly as can be.
God!
You didn't miss as a result. You missed because you decided to yourself, right?
God!
That's when I thought, this guy is always seeing the picture of Zero piercing through the target, just releasing his fingers after that.
Oh, fucking hard as fuck, man!
This guy is so cool.
Oh, you're so fucking cool, Shirou! But also, I love that he's both like, you're kind of a fucking monster with this stuff and like, really cool, but also, you're a nerd and I'm going to bully you a little.
Right, like, wow, you are incredibly talented. You're going about this the completely wrong way.
What are you talking about? That's one of the fundamentals, isn't it? You imagine your arrow hitting the target and release your fingers according to that too, don't you?
Of course I do. Everybody does all kinds of things, thinking, wouldn't it be nice if, or I want to be like that, right? But that's all just imagination. It's not like we can see it the way you do. That's what it means to become one with nature. What we call the empty state of mind in martial arts.
That's the mage focus for you. That's the mage focus for you. Seeing and so on doesn't really feel real to me, but I can agree with regard to an empty state of mind. I am a himbo after all. For a mage, erasing yourself and becoming a single circuit is itself the proof of your power. Making yourself transparent and casting aside attachments and desire in order to reach your goal, seeking only for the result. When it comes to emptying yourself in order to do that, Judo is strikingly similar to training in magic. Pretty tricky, huh? And what is it you were trying to say, Mitsuzuri?
I'm saying you don't want anything, so it's easy for you to become transparent. I'm telling you to be a little more greedy, selfish, egotistical. It's no fun to become a master while you're still young, right? Not saying you should take after Shinji, but would it kill you to have a little more fun?
Aww. Aww.
That's kind of adorable.
I choke on my words. On the other side of thinking that that isn't true, I can't think of a single thing I think is fun.
See, look, it's because you're like that you're giving Sakura such a hard time. If you don't cut loose while you're still young, you won't know how when you get old. Out in the world, they call that being good for nothing. Understand?
God. We see how broken you are, dude.
it's going through the whole like previous route and seeing like Shirou slowly come to this realization himself. And then
Yeah.
we cut further back into his school life and see that everyone
Everyone.
knows. Everyone around him is aware and trying to tell him.
Yeah. He has good friends, though. It's nice saying that he has good friends.
Literally, we can see how broken you are, dude.
I give up. So it's so serious, even my classmates are worrying about my old age, huh? Why are you so worried about me?
I mean, you never smile, do you, Mia?
Huh?
Remember that training camp ages ago, when everyone was getting rowdy? You were the only one who didn't laugh at any of my best jokes.
That was... I mean...
Yeah, I'm saying I'm still holding a grudge about that.
Decisively, Mitsusuri Ajako says that like she's smiling at her rival. Oh, that's cute! As the sun begins to set, club activities are dismissed as well. The sun sets early in the winter. You're probably considering the dangerous happenings that have gone on lately as well. Come to think of it, Mitsuzuri, what happened to Shinji? I didn't see him today.
He skipped out. Probably got with a new girl or something. It's been like this a lot lately.
Saying that like it's no big deal, Mitsuzuri turns towards the school building.
See you later. I've got to go to the staff room for something.
As she twirls the key to the club room around her finger, the captain of the archery club leaves a step ahead of me. I like her a lot, actually.
She's wonderful.
And here we are at the main gate. With the sun setting over the town beneath us, Fujine, Sakura, Saber and I meet up and bid farewell to everyone. See ya, sensei! Don't go bullying me, ya Taiga! Given a boisterous send-off, we start down the hill. We descend the road down the hill. Next to me are Sakura and Fujine, with Saber following us a short distance behind. Why is that girl following us? Then, I guess she hadn't thought it strange until now, but it seems that having come this far, she's finally noticed the problem. Shirou, do you know her? That's the second time I've heard that question today. Maybe it was thanks to the rehearsal with Mitsuzuri, but without any hesitation. Yeah, I know her. Of course I do. I brought her with me. I'm able to reply totally calmly. You're going to kill them. That question is going to kill both of them.
Yeah, I know. I thought so. So, Senpai, what's your relationship with her exactly?
Yeah, I hadn't heard of you having any foreign friends, Shirou. No, she's not my friend exactly. She's an acquaintance of that. Apparently, she's the daughter of somebody that met back when he was flying around all the time. Acquaintance of Kiritsugu-san's? She came to visit him? That's it. Starting today, she's going to be staying at the house for a little while, so be nice to her, alright? It's wild how often Saber being white comes up.
It gets brought up all the time. But isn't that just how, like, Japan is?
Sakura and Fujine, at exactly the same time, produce an identical reaction. Well, since I suddenly told them this girl is going to be staying at the house for a while, it could be stranger for them not to be shocked. Shirou, when you say staying, you mean she's going to be living with you? Not living with me. Saber's just visiting for a little while. I'm just lending her a room. There's no need to be so shocked, is there?
Senpai, is her name Saber-san?
Yeah, it's kind of an unusual name, huh? She's not really used to Japan yet, so she might do some things that are kind of strange. And she's a little bit unsociable, but she's a good person at heart. I'd appreciate it if you tried to get along with her too, Sakura.
Yeah, that's fine, but...
Without meeting my eyes, Sakura looks over to Fujine for help.
Oh... Fujimura-sensei, are you going to allow Saber-san to stay?
As a teacher, it's obviously right out, but you can't just turn away a girl who came here relying on Kiritsugu-san. He seems reliable, so I don't think there will be any mistakes, right? You're being who he is, too. She looks at me out of the corner of her eye. Fujine says something rude. Fujine like, I mean, he doesn't have any wrists, so like... He wouldn't. Of course not. Any guess of that is a guess of mine. I couldn't be rude to her, and most importantly, she's like my little sister, right? Now you mention it, how old is she? She looks younger than Sakura-chan. I guess that's about right? Silence. Fujine peers into my face. Hey, Tom! And when we're just about to reach the bottom of the hill, suddenly... Shirou, do you like her? She hits me with an unbelievable surprise attack. I couldn't possibly know that. I only just mattered. There's no way I could say one way or another. Is there? I don't know why it was formatted like that. It just was. My face is burning. From Fujine's perspective, no doubt, my face is bright red. You're not lying, but there might be hope. What is it she's figured out? Fujine folds her arms and falls silently with a face that says she's thinking hard about something. Fujine took a look at Shirou's face and was like, okay, this is not Saber-chan's route, so I think it will be fine. Hey, Mibatada, hello! Shirou, good. Would you consider doing an entire romantic date with this stranger? In conclusion, she's allowed Saber to stay. It's fine, isn't it? If you just think of it as homestay, it's a good experience, and there's way too many rooms here anyway. With that, Fujine gives the final word on the matter. Sakura's been silent from the beginning to end, but finally...
Yeah, it's not something I have any right to have an opinion about.
Honey! God, she's so sopping wet all the time.
This poor creature.
With that, she accepts it for the time being. With all that out of the way, it's time for dinner. As a warm welcome for Saber, and as thanks for last night, I give dinner my all. I am so shocked at how different this route is already.
Right? It's completely different, like, tonally, and the actual experiences. It just feels different.
Yeah, and like, it took so many days for them to realize Saber was there in the Fate route.
Yeah, they had several dinners where she was just in the other room.
But also because Rin was the one staying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Rin, barely allowed Rin to stay, and then Shirou was like, I'm not going to, like, show them Saber as well. That's going to, like, break everything. But now it's only her, so it's kinda different, you know? God! I love that. I really love that. I prepared a minced bonito salad to start, followed by fried chicken covered in a tart and spicy onion sauce, a meat and potato stew as the main course, and to top it all, an assortment of tempura with shrimp tempura at their head.
Fuck, I'm so hungry. This happens every time they describe dinner in this fucking thing.
You too have become the hungry white woman.
I'm the hungry white woman now.
Yeah, the alibi is true and Shirou doesn't even know it. But that dinner that I've splurged on with its hodgepodge of a menu ends promptly without anyone saying a single word. Ooh.
Incidentally, I'm already reading Dungeon Meshi.
Yes, it's so good.
I've been inspired to make specific meals off of that already.
I slave over this hot stove and no one tells me how good dinner is. Oh, splish splosh.
Yeah, you tell him. Splish splash.
Shirou does go splish splosh.
He kind of goes splish splash.
He's really splish maxing and splosh build.
Kind of a dish cell.
I wasn't really expecting a totally peaceful mood around the table on the first day, but wouldn't it have been better if there was at least a little bit of conversation? Chat seems conflicted on those. In particular, I think the tempura turned out really well this time. They came out straight and the batter was light and crisp. It was an impeccable, impressive job, so I think they could have at least said something about it.
I slave over this hot stove.
He's actually mad about it. But they still demolished everything, huh? What's it supposed to mean that they only ever opened their mouths to ask for more 3 times? Splish splosh.
Yeah!
Naturally, doing 4 people's worth of dishes takes some time. Now that I say that, it has to mean something that today in particular Sakura hasn't gone to help, right? It's after 9 o'clock. Oh my god, did we ever see that mug before?
I don't think so, no.
Have we ever seen the tiger mug before?
I don't know, but that is the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Normally it's about time for the 2 of them to go home. Fujine, if you're going home, can you take Sakura with you? As I continue washing the dishes, I call to her from the kitchen. He's so housewife-filled. There's no answer. Fujine is watching the TV, reclining like it has nothing to do with her. Hello? Did you hear me, Fujimura-sensei? Returning to the living room, I tap Fujine on the head. And... Sorry, I'm not gonna do that. I won't be able to take Sakura-chan home for a while.
No, please don't tell me she's staying.
Why not? Do you have something you need to do or something? Well, you see, it's not that I have anything to do. I'm just going to be sleeping here starting today.
No!
Gladly. Like it's something that's already been decided, Fujine declares. Hi. Oh, what about you, Sakura-chan? I'll call and let your family know, so you don't have to worry. It will be more fun if those 3 girls are all together, right?
Yeah, I'd love to. I really can count on you, Fujimura-sensei.
The fucking determination in her eyes?
Oh, this is terrible.
Wait, why are you so enthusiastic about this, Sakura? Alright then, let's use the tatami room in the back. There are plenty of futons, and enough yukata for everyone too. That's fine with you too, right, Saber-chan? Is it just my imagination, or did she put a slightly stronger accent than usual on right? Saber cast me a glance asking, what should I do?
Get me out of this. It's a problem, Shirou. I'm here to protect you. If I'm in the same room as them, I can't fulfill my duty. Besides, even if I do share a room with them, I don't know how I should act.
Hey, Lolwood, hello! When you think Fujimura is not fighting back is when she readies a comeback when your guard is down. No! Sorry, since Fujine's the one who said it, there's nothing I can do to stop her.
Oh god.
Besides, this kind of seems like a condition. It looks to me like if you refuse, she'll take back her promise to let you stay here. If that happens, we'll have no choice but to rough it outside.
That would also be a problem. The boundary field here in this house is exceptional, and this place makes for an impeccable base. As long as we're here, we can be prepared against surprise attacks.
I see, then all the more reason for you to please put up with it. As long as we're in the house, we'll be able to meet up immediately no matter what happens, right? Fujine's kind of a handful, but if it gets to be a problem, you can just tell her you don't speak Japanese? Wait, isn't Fujine the English teacher? I forget what she's teaching. It may be history, never mind. Hey, there, no whispering! Now that that's settled, over here, Saber. You're a boy, Shirou, so you will be fine by yourself, won't you? Yeah, she teaches English.
Good god.
Pulling Saber by the hand, Fujine disappears.
Just pretend to speak German.
It's already settled. Saber's been allowed to stay here. Fujine is staying over too, and Sakura is tagging along as well. It's only taken half a day for the population of the house to increase so dramatically. Yeah, somehow, this really does feel like an inn. I want Taiga to be like, so, you're from Britain, like, you're from Great Britain, right? You speak English too, right? And she, like, speaks with, like, a bit of an accent, and then Saber just turns towards her, and just with the thickest fucking Welsh accent ever, starts to speak.
Oh,
just, like, the thickest possible Welsh accent. And so it's time for bed. I don't know what happened to Saber, but the lights in the tatami room that had been so lively are out, and the room has returned to silence. They say that if you get 3 women together, they make a clamor, but apparently that's true even of the laconic Saber and reserved Sakura.
Who says that?
We love his casual misogyny in this house, just a little bit, you know?
Who told him all of this?
Kiritsugu, we need to talk. Come back to life so I can beat your face in.
I mean, like, okay, we do also canonically know that, like, it's definitely Issei.
And maybe a little bit of Shinji, you know?
Yeah, but, like, Shiro's really good friends with Issei, so I feel like it, like, rubs off on him. He's a terrible influence, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but Shinji was his best friend until he realized that he beat up Sakura.
True, true.
Incredible role models, yeah. I guess that's not right. It was mostly Fujine's last right hair, wasn't it?
I think Saber's in hell.
Even so, it's true that the tatami room was lively. To have a group of girls the same age under the same roof, loudly enjoying themselves so close by, isn't good for my psychological well-being. Fortunette is in her fucking
I was
20s!
gonna say, she's not the same age as them.
Damn it, now that I've started thinking about it, I can't go to sleep. But Saber's troubled face, and whether Saber and Sakura are getting along. And in the first place, what Fujine was thinking. The more I think about it, the more it makes my head hurt. If this is how it's going to be, it might have been better to have Saber sleep in the room next to mine. It's 11 o'clock at night. The lights in the house are out, and there's not a sound to be heard outside. It's time for me to visit my wife, Sherkun. Trying not to be noticed by Fujine and the others sleeping in the tatami room, I deaden my footsteps and place my hand on the screen. I go out into the garden. The moon is bright, and the wind slashing at me is cold. The winter night is as silent as if the whole world was frozen. The shed is as quiet as a grave. This is where Lancer cornered me yesterday. Oh god, I hit the wheel. And the place where Saber appeared. The door is still hanging open. And the darkness inside is so black, it seems to repel anyone trying to enter. I go inside. I close the door to block the wind from outside and set a fire in the worn-out heater. Shoot more than 200 arrows a day, huh? Judo teaches accuracy, power, and perseverance. Accuracy is quite literally the ability to hit the target. Power is the strength to stick your arrow into it. And finally, perseverance is the willpower necessary to maintain the strength of the other two for a long time. I remember there being something in the archery manual that for those who aspire to be archers, this is something you do forever after you have grasped the true meaning of it. So, shoot more than 200 arrows a day or something like that. Yeah, if I don't know what I'm supposed to do as a master, then I need to at least train myself in magic. I sit down in the center of the shed and suck in a deep breath. I steady my breathing and begin my usual practice. The usual image enters the back of my mind. The shape of a sword, floating up into my empty head. Ignoring it, I clear my thoughts still further. When I pass magical energy through my whole body, all that remains is the routine practice of my reinforcement. The reinforcement magic that succeeded for the first time in many years when Lancer attacked me last night. I had to repeat that sensation and make it into something concrete before I forget it or it will go to waste. Trace on. I half close my eyes and squeeze the air from my lungs. Right now, that's all there is. The Grail War, Saber, Tosoka, when I immerse myself into this process, all of them disappear. I had to empty my mind enough to completely forget my inexperienced doubts. But I can't shake an idle thought from my mind that as a mage herself, Tosaka might be doing the same kind of training. Oh, we may be about to see Rin doing that. She makes her way through the unnatural darkness. It's late, and the night is absent of any sense of life. Passing through the hallway in which she can scarcely see a foot in front of her, despite the moonlight, He steps into the room. Here she finds one room in the building, able to accommodate roughly 50 employees, the better part of whom are men, and all scattered across the floor like puppets with no puppeteer. Oh boy! Oh boy!
Oh god, stuff's happening.
She grits her teeth. That the darkness obscures her vision is some measure of kindness. The rotten smell in the air is the scent of herbs turned to smoke that fills the room. What is that smell? Do you know what it is, Archer? As she opens the door and windows, she asks over her shoulder. There's no one there, but there is a shimmering presence denser than the smoke hanging in the air.
A witch's brew, no doubt. Type of parsley. Sort said to summon love, perhaps.
You're talking about conium, right? Sander's love? Ah, that's what you meant. I wonder if they have some grudge against men. The person who did this, I mean.
In that case, we're probably dealing with a woman. No, I don't know what kind of a grudge she's holding, but to go as far as because it's servants take it out on other people must be a deep-seated one indeed.
Send me the diagnosis and open a window, could you? These guys on the floor are still breathing, huh? As it stands, it won't make any difference if we call someone now or if someone finds them in the morning. Once we've done what we came to, we're going to get out of here, Archer. After throwing open the windows and tending to anyone who's in an especially bad way, she leaves the room. I'm going to have these clothes cleaned. She sniffs her coat. He hasn't particularly touched anything, but the smell of rusted iron made its way to her coat. In that sealed space, the blood spat up by 50 people lays pooled on the very floor. The presence at her back takes shape. The one who appears behind her, behind Tosaka Rin's back, is the knight wrapped in his red coat. The servant who stood watch over her as a spirit, Archer.
And like we thought, it's coming from the Ryudo Temple?
Yeah? The stolen life force is flowing up toward the mountain. The comas happening in Shinto are mostly the work of the master of the Ryudo Temple. I don't know how powerful the master is, but no doubt no human could manage something like this. If it's possible, it could probably have to be Master's doing.
A witch nesting at Ryudo Temple, huh? In that case, we made a mistake last night, didn't we?
A mistake? You're talking about our draw with Berserker? I think that worked out the best that it could have.
I wonder about that. Caster's reached her tendrils out this far. She was probably spying on our fight last night as well. And yet, we didn't defeat Berserker. We even allowed Saber to escape. And I showed my hand. What about any of that is the best, exactly?
He asks sarcastically. But Rin doesn't reply to those words. Repelling Berserker and saving Saber weren't mistakes. And more than anything, Archer hasn't revealed his hand or anything of the sort. Last night, it's true that the arrow that Archer fired stopped Berserker, but even his master, Rin, has not yet understood its true form of such a powerful, noble phantasm. No, she's seen through its fundamental principles. It's just a bomb. He simply detonated a bomb before the enemy, filled with the gunpowder called a noble phantasm. Just how abnormal that is goes without saying. Using a noble phantasm, the most powerful of fantasies, he created a one-time explosion of magical energy. A broken phantasm. That's the name of the fatal noble phantasm that the Red Knight wielded.
Right.
He's trying. But that's entirely incomprehensible. Humans only possess a single noble phantasm, a part of themselves that they carried with them in life. Because what kind of hero could destroy such a thing with no regrets? Restoring a destroyed noble phantasm is not so easy, I think. For a servant, destroying their own noble phantasm is like suicide.
Rin.
In other words, last night, with 6 enemies still left to be defeated, Archer threw away his most powerful weapon. No, more than anything, no doubt the other servants could faint if they learned that he had destroyed the proof of his heroism himself.
Rin.
Oh, what? Sorry, I wasn't listening.
I asked what you intend to do now. I know you're tired from the fight earlier, so I was wondering if we shouldn't play it safe and head back.
Rin ever so slightly clenches her fists at Archer's words. The fight earlier. Dozens of bone golems that had crawled along the hallway. She destroyed all of them herself. She hadn't needed any help from Archer, and she hadn't felt any need to reveal Archer's abilities for such a thing either. More than anything, she had been furious with her enemy for breaking the laws of mages and dragging a third party into this like this. So she destroyed them. Without mercy, she smashed them to pieces until nothing remained. Even if the bones they were made from had been a living person only yesterday, she gave them not a single shred of pity. Sustained no injuries in that fight. Except one. It was the price for fighting as she desperately suppressed her urge to be sick. She'd bitten through her lip. I'm going after... Oh,
yeah,
no,
sorry.
That's Rin.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm going after Caster. There should still be some of her presence left behind. I'll settle this before she can run back to the Ryudo Temple.
What? Surprised. Wasn't it your principle not to do things you think are impossible?
That's right. I can do something when I already know what the results will be. This is different, right? If we start chasing her now, we might be able to catch her by the tail, and more than anything...
You won't be satisfied if you don't pick a fight, huh? Brother, letting an easily defeated opponent be, only to chase after a much more difficult foe.
It's fine letting Saber be. We can finish them off anytime we want to, so there's no real need to hold a grudge or anything, is there? If they keep quiet, there's no need for us to go out of our way to go after them. As long as he keeps himself hidden in his house, I'll just let him be.
Oh, and it would be a different matter if that master appeared before you. For example, if Shirou were to appear in front of you himself, still without any recognition that he was a master.
Words meant to test her. With an emotionless voice, as she looks down on the city at night. I'll kill him. I don't have any obligation to someone who doesn't even understand that much. Osaka Rin declares, as though trying to convince herself. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like hearing what she has been up to. She's going after Caster. That's so interesting.
She's just a creature doing creature stuff.
Limited Blade Works, Day 5, Bonnie and Clyde. How are you feeling?
Like in general?
Yeah, like about continuing.
Energy's a little low, but like, I feel like I could keep going for a bit.
Let's keep going then. Just making sure since it's the beginning, and are we getting another Shirou nightmare?
Yes.
This is a story from 5 winters ago. The moon was beautiful that night. Oh, are we getting the UBW version of Kiritsugu's death? I wasn't doing anything. I was watching the moon with my father, Emiya Kiritsugu. Although it was winter, it wasn't all that cold. Since it was just cold on the porch, it was a good night to enjoy the moon. That time, Kiritsugu rarely left the house. Didn't go outside much, and he spent much of his time relaxing cooped up in the house. Hey, Remember how we now have the context that he was like constantly suffering the fucking curse of the Grail mod?
Yeah.
Even now, I regret it when I remember it. Why didn't I realize that he was like an animal that knew its death was close?
Oh, fuck's that me, is it?
That's Kiritsugu.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be a hero.
Suddenly, my father, who to my eyes was the very image of a hero himself, nostalgically whispered that. What do you mean, wanted to? Did you give up? I indignantly replied. Kiritsugu smiled apologetically and looked toward the distant moon.
Yeah, unfortunately. There's a time limit on heroes. Once you're an adult, it gets harder to call yourself one. I wish I'd realized that sooner.
When he said that to me, I accepted it. I didn't understand why, but since it was something that Kiritsugu said, I thought that it must be right. I see. I guess there's nothing for it, huh?
Yeah, there really isn't.
Kiritsugu gave a set reply. So of course my own words were decided as well. Yeah? Since you can do it, I'll become one in your place. You're already grown up, so it's impossible for you, but if I do it, it should be fine. Give your dream to me. I'll make it into a reality. Before I could finish with that, my dad smiled. It was a face that said he didn't need to hear the rest. Emiya Kiritsugu took in a long breath that said, I see.
Yeah, thank you.
He quietly closed his eyes, and with that, he never woke up again. This is a story from 5 winters ago. A parting that decided the path that Emiya Shirou could follow. The night that it was decided that Emiya Shirou would become a hero of justice. There's no way I could forget it. I didn't put it into words, but I made sure to remember it. The sight of the man who pulled me from the fire 10 years ago. Lifting up the unconscious, dying child with burns all over his body, Kiritsugu said, thank you. I'm so glad that I found you. Like he were thanking someone as though he himself were saved for having been able to save even one person. A peerless smile spread across his face. The emotion that I felt then, they burned into my heart without even knowing it. No one saved anyone, and I couldn't save anyone either. Amidst all that, there was only me, the only person who was saved and the single person who saved me. And so I decided I would become someone like that. A hero of justice, who could save someone like he did, and who wouldn't let anyone die. Even if it was a childish delusion, I dreamed what a good thing it would be if I could be like that. And then, Kiritsugu, who to me was the very realization of that idea himself, left me that he had wanted to be something like that. And before my eyes, he peacefully closed his. It's natural for a son to follow after his father. And Emiya Shirou has to become a hero of justice and save someone like he was once. When I was young, I vowed strongly that I would. That in the place of the man that Emiya Shirou admired more than anyone, he would fulfill his dream. But to be honest, I don't really understand whether what I'm thinking is right or where that idea came from. What I can do in spite of my inexperience, and how to realize the magical dream of what if everybody could just be happy that Kiritsugu always talked about. That and what I can do now that I've become a master. There's so much that honestly it feels like my head might just go into a panic. Blah. Oh god, you fucking overslept in the shed again?
Yeah, shed food.
I awaken from a nostalgic dream. The clear morning light is spilling in through the window. My body, wrapped up in my blanket, is slightly chill, but it doesn't seem like it was cold enough for me to catch a cold. Oh, brother. I fell asleep out here again, huh? Lightly shaking my head, I change from my coveralls into my uniform. It's before 6 o'clock in the morning. Knowing Sakura, she will already be up and making breakfast. I head out into the garden and fill my lungs with fresh air. Yeah, this is a good morning. Okay, so here's my silly theory before we go into the house.
Let's hear it.
Saber, Sakura, and Taiga are just going to be besties now, right?
I mean,
Like, Shiro is going to go in dreading that they're going to be awkward and they're going to just be chatting away and he's going to be like,
I think that would be the most inconvenient for Shiro, and therefore it's what I think at least should happen.
Although I'd be more relaxed if there weren't going to be 3 girls inside when I enter the house. I take that back. It's only 2 girls! And the fucking beast! As you might expect, I have some resistance to calling Fujine girl. At any rate, right now I will. Oh. We get a choice.
Oh, jeez. Alright. Not waking Fujine up feels like a tactical decision. We could go check on Saber, but this isn't Saber's route.
Uh-huh.
I
You
feel
wanna
like
go help Sakura?
I feel like we have the most to make up to her.
Fair enough. Tiger route, let's go!
Tiger, let's go!
So then let's go help Sakura?
Yes, I think.
Let's go help Sakura. Whatever else, she's making breakfast for 4 people. It will take more time than usual, and I want to ask about what happened last night. It seems like Saber was able to smoothly match her story to mine, but there's still the possibility that Saber, Sakura, and Fujine all had a falling out come morning. Oh!
Good morning, Senpai. I've gone ahead and started making breakfast.
Morning, Sakura. I'll help you. Make breakfast.
I will help you breakfast.
I will help you breakfast. Let's make a little room, could you? I step into the kitchen as I tie my apron.
Oh, with your kettle of fried food? I cooked the rice earlier, so I'll finish up the sides and the miso soup.
Oh, that's so much for breakfast. Just give me the milk. Just give me the milk.
You distress me. What you consider breakfast is like... that's what you make for yourself while you're making breakfast, you know?
Like she always does, Sakura skillfully keeps cooking. I don't get any particular sense that she's trying to look tough, and it seems like she's not worried at all about what happened yesterday, but... Sakura, about yesterday.
Huh? Yesterday? What are you talking about, Senpai?
No, I mean, it's about yesterday. You and Fujine and Saber, all 3 of you slept together, right? It seemed like it was bothering you that Saber could be living here, so I was just wondering about that.
Wondering about what, Senpai? I can't give you an answer if you don't tell me more clearly.
I'm saying that it made me happy if you two could get along.
It would make me happy if Saber and I would get along. Or it would make you happy. Senpai?
I can't believe this is the route where we set Sakura and Saber. happy, or more like, I could appreciate it. I decided that Saber could be staying here without asking you about it, right? So, it's only natural for you to be angry, and I'd get it if you don't like Saber. But if you could overlook that stuff and be nice to Saber,
You'd be happy not with Saber-san, but with me?
too embarrassed to say anything, I reply only with a nod. That's right. No rewards. If Sakura could consent to Saber staying here, I'd really be happy with Sakura. The myth about consensual hangouts at home. I consent. I do not, senpai!
Isn't there someone you forgot to ask?
Sakura is like a member of my own family. So if she could allow me this recklessness, it could be a real load off my mind.
Yes, in that case, I'd be happy to. Saber-san, Fujimura-sensei, and I stayed up past midnight coming to an agreement. I still don't really feel comfortable around her, but I think I can still get along with her. She's hard to understand, but she's cute.
She's cute. There's no trace of a lie in Sakura's smile. That makes me incredibly happy. Is Saber actually trying to pretend not to understand Japanese? It makes me incredibly happy, but... Cute? Saber?
She is. Fujimura-sensei has started calling her Saber-chan, and Saber-san herself seems to have gotten used to it. She'd meant to stay here to keep an eye on you, but the three of us decided to spend tonight together too.
That's an unexpected development. But Saber's cute, huh? She's certainly shockingly beautiful, but saying that like that she's cute doesn't feel real. He lacks the critical knowledge. He has not seen her with a lion plushie. A chorus of voices say, "Itadakimasu." This is the first time I've ever seen four of us around the breakfast table like this. And I can't help but relax and think that this is nice. This is a little weak, huh? Did you change the broth, Sakura?
Yes, I thought that Saber-san might not be used to miso soup. So I figured it would be no good if I made the miso too strong.
So considerate.
Yes, you're right. I do think it tastes better this morning than it did last night. But Sakura, I'm accustomed to Japanese food, so please don't mind me and cook what you like to. That would be better for both of us. Huh? Is that so? Oh, you can even use chopsticks properly. I'm surprised. You're pretty skillful, aren't you, Saber-san?
Why the woman is using the chopsticks properly?
I'm familiar with them after all. But to be honest, using chopsticks is tiring, even if I do think them superior to forks or knives.
It's true, huh? Wait a moment. You always forget that chopsticks aren't a universal skill? Yeah, I actually didn't know how to use chopsticks myself until, like, last year. So, like...
I didn't, and then I bought, like, 4 packs of chopsticks at IKEA, and ever since then, they're, like, the only utensil I use.
They're very fucking versatile when you learn to use them.
Yeah, I use them when I cook, too. Like, they're better than tongs, I think.
They're really nice. That's true, huh? You would prefer a knife and fork to chopsticks, wouldn't you, Saber-chan? Oh, no. Don't put that on those. Use the soy sauce instead. She's giving her food advice.
Yeah. I see. Thank you for the advice.
No problem. I'll take a sheet of nori as my reward. This fucking woman. 0 seconds, please. You got it. Don't eat too much and go back to sleep, you hear?
Sensei, if you're going to take part in practice today, I think that you should restrain yourself a little.
It's fine, it's fine. I won't last until lunchtime if I don't eat this much. Well, and you say that, Sakura-chan, but you've been eating onigiri after practice, haven't you?
You know about that, Sensei?
You were sneaking off into the corner, so I watched you because I was curious. It's no good for a young girl to be eating 2 breakfasts. One day, Devil's going to sneakily swoop down on your scale like a terrorist. To my eye, your weight today looks about... She's going to beat you up.
Don't say it. You can't do that, Sensei. If you say it, I won't come and make food anymore.
Yeah. The immediate yeah.
This is so goofy.
Why is this woman like this? Who made this woman like this?
Yakuza.
You are right.
Like... Besides, I only snack like that sometimes. It's not as though I'm doing it all the time.
That's so? You always make an extra cup of rice with breakfast, so I was sure you were using it to make onigiri. Hungry. Hungry, Sakura.
Hungry.
Everyone is hungry in this house.
You know about that too?
That's not good, Sakura-chan. See? He was really sensitive to things like that. I'm pretty sure he'd noticed the very first time that you did it. First time? You're talking about last summer?
No! Leave her alone!
Let her eat! Let her munch! Saber.
Sakura, is there destiny or something? Why are you waving your hair hand like that?
Stemming. Purple bullying!
It's so cool.
Amid all of that, breakfast goes on. A breakfast twice as lively as usual. And in the midst of it, unexpectedly, more than 50 victims were discovered early this morning and are currently undergoing emergency treatment at the closest hospital. Some horribly ominous news comes on. Huh? Another gas leak in Shinto? Wow! Apparently was over 50 people this time. Oh, there's been contact with the victims since last night. A bunch of people thought it was suspicious and contacted the company, and they sent a guard to investigate. Everybody still at the company was gone. What the hell? If everybody passed out inside the building in the evening, why didn't the guard notice? Can't even really call that negligence, can't you? Gas leak, gas leak. Maybe with that she lost her appetite. Fujine takes her hand away from her third bowl of rice.
That's how you know it's serious.
Saber watches the news with a severe expression. In which case, there's no mistaking it. It's not clear what their objective was, but this has to be the work of a master. Just like all the other gas leaks. You could say it's fortunate at least that no one died, but... Grail keep, gas leak, girl beast. I actually love that so much. It's gotten dangerous. Shirou, you're not allowed to go to work in Shinto for a while, okay? You got plenty of savings, so take some time off. I'm grateful that Fujine is worried about me, but I can't reply. This isn't really the time to be going to work in the first place, and when the fighting starts, I won't be able to come back here much. So in order to keep Sakura and Fujine from worrying, I'll have to lie to them and tell them I'm at work when I can't come home. I finished cleaning up and getting ready to leave. As Fujine and Sakura have morning practice, they've gone to school a little ahead of me. Just like yesterday, Saber tries to follow me out of the house. But I can't allow that today. The weekend is one thing, but there's no way I can bring Saber to school on a weekday. Saber, I'm telling you now, that's as far as you're going. I want you to stay here while I'm at school. It causes a big commotion if you came to school with me, and more than anything, you'd stand out. Masters are supposed to avoid attracting attention, right? Every time. Maybe that didn't make sense to her? Saber wordlessly protests. I'm telling you it will be fine. I'm not going to be attacked or there are people around, so school will be safe. Besides, as long as I just have to protect myself, I can manage. Saber's eyebrows twitch. He probably has some argument against me being able to protect myself.
Let me ask you one thing. Do you mean to say that you're capable of defeating an enemy yourself?
Of course not. I'm just saying I can keep myself out of danger during the day. I'm not gonna go near any place where there's no one around, and I'll be home before the sun goes down. Shirou, we have done an entire route with you. Please, don't lie to her.
We know how stupid you are.
That should be fun for you, right, Saber? And you've got to preserve your magical energy, so you shouldn't be forcing yourself to come with me.
Understood. If you say so, Master, I can do naught but trust you.
Saber's shoulders droop, and she lets out a sigh. You're seriously worried about my safety, huh? Doesn't feel very good to spurn that. I'm sorry, Saber. But I'm telling you I'll be fine. Besides, if anything happens to me, you will know, right? If that happens, you can just run to me, can't you?
No, I doubt that would work. The connection between us is weak. When I sense that you're in danger, your life itself will already be in jeopardy. If I started rushing to your side then, it would be too late.
And I just have to call for you, right?
Yes, if you think that you need me, that will be conveyed to me as your servant. If you determine that I still won't arrive in time, please use the command spell. With the help of the command spell, I can leap through space to defend you.
Leap through space? That's almost like real magic, isn't it? Is the right of absolute command, the command spell, really something that incredible? I understand. I'll do my best not to get myself into a situation like that. I'll be home by the time that sun goes down. So look after the house while I'm away, okay, Saber? Giving her a wave, I put my hand on the door.
Yes, please be careful, Shirou. Your school is not normal. Please take every caution in how you act, and take special care that you don't meet Rin.
Think that Tosaka will come after me at school? Ridiculous, that's impossible, right? She's a proper mage. The association's rule is not to involve innocent people, it's baked into her very bones. More than anything, she's posing as a honor student. If we run into each other at school, I bet she will just say, "Good morning," like nothing happened.
I hope that that's true. Rin isn't the sort to dull her judgment because she's concerned about that other people are watching. What's more, she seems to view you as an enemy, so I doubt you can be too careful.
Yeah. I think you're being overanxious, but I'll be careful. Fucking Shirou just always endangering himself. It's after 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm running later than usual, but I still shouldn't have to hurry to make it in time. Best wall? We're just skipping there. 7:40 a.m. I pass through the gates with plenty of time, and as I'm making my way toward the school building... I'm assailed by a strange feeling that something is wrong, and I stop. It's the fucking. It's the fifth day. It can't be active already, can it?
Wasn't it day 8 last time?
Yeah, and even then it was too early.
Hmm.
What the? It's not like there's actually anything strange, is there? It's not like anyone is watching me, nor is it like the view is any different from usual. If there's anything at all, it's. Yeah. Somehow it feels like there's a lack of energy or something like that. Not just from the students heading toward the school. The trees on the school building itself somehow look as though the color has been washed from them. Maybe it's just my imagination? I might just be oversensitive after everything that's happened. Close my eyes and roll my shoulders. But even after I take a deep breath, the mysterious feelings and the mysterious sense that something is off doesn't fade. Yeah, Shinji was missing yesterday. I don't like this. I climb up to the third floor and head for the classroom. And suddenly I come face to face with Tosuka. Hey! What was that little jaw? Wait, no. We do kind of know each other now, so I give her a casual greeting. But Osaka freezes like she's seen a ghost. Osaka? What is it? Have I got something on my face? I wipe my face with the sleeve of my uniform. But without opening her mouth. Osaka turns her back on me with a huh and returns to her classroom. What kind of a reaction was that? I don't think Tosaka is the kind of person to just ignore someone who said hello to her. As soon as I enter the classroom, I again have the feeling that something is off. Maybe someone brought some candy in or something. There's a slight sweet smell in the air. Classroom is the same as always, right? I greet the guys as I sit down in my seat. Still about 10 minutes until the beginning of homeroom. I spend that time looking around the room and notice a seat with no bag. Shinji's absent today too, huh? Come to think of it, he skipped up yesterday too, didn't he? In spite of how he looks, Shinji is pretty scrupulous. He tries so hard to obey the rules that you could call him fussy.
Whiskey.
That a guy like that could be absent from school 2 days in a row worries me for some reason. And now it's lunch break. On days that I've made my own lunch, I usually make my way over to the student council office. You ask why? If I open my lunch in the classroom, all the guys poke their noses into it and I'm mocked by all the girls. Why? What is it, Issei? Aren't you going to eat lunch?
Yes, I finished mine earlier. Right now I feel like having a little nap. Wake me up before the end of lunch break, would you?
Issei says with his head laid firmly down on the desk. Did you stay up all night or something? He thought on the mountain everyone was supposed to be asleep by 11 o'clock.
Yes, you're right, but I haven't been sleeping well lately. No matter how much I sleep, I'm still tired. So these last few days I've been sleeping whenever I have the opportunity.
The hell? If you're sleeping at every opportunity, you shouldn't be sleepy, right?
That's true, but because I stay tired no matter how much I sleep, I have no choice but to sleep to alleviate my tiredness. I know that I'm contradicting myself, but I can't help being sleepy.
He's so sleepy-pilled? It's still a little early for spring, though, Issei.
They do say that in spring you sleep the sleep of the dead, don't they? That's painfully true.
With his head on the desk, Issei doesn't even try to get up. There's nothing for it. He seems pretty sick, so I guess I'll just stay with him until lunch break is over. Huh? Hey Issei, there's somebody here.
I don't care. Tell them the student council's closed.
Well, I could tell them that, but it looks like Suzuki-sensei is out there.
That's bad.
Sluggishly standing up, Issei opens the door. Who boys this man? The teacher.
I don't remember. I don't remember this guy.
Ryudo, it's about the archery club this morning. Then, noticing that I'm here in the student council office, Kusuki-sensei pauses. Kusuki Soichiro is the homeroom teacher for class 2A, and he's also the student council supervisor. He's the strictest teacher at the school, and he hasn't got the least bit of amiability.
Amiability?
Is that Dio? He sounds a little bit like Hans, yeah? But it may be someone similar.
And she hasn't returned home either.
Apparently not. There will likely be a criminal investigation. I'm sure you already know this, but you should avoid speaking of this rashly.
I understand, but in that case, what happened to Mato? One of the archery club's first years said that he saw her yesterday, didn't they?
The same goes for him as well. Mato Senji is also absent without leave, and apparently he's not at home either. His sister Mato Sakura is apparently staying at Fujimura-sensei's house and hasn't been informed of anything. That's not where she's staying. That's not where she's staying.
It's basically where she's staying, let's be honest.
Sorry for the coughing, I just choked on my own saliva.
I'm so proud of you.
Issei and Kusuki are having a kind of ominous-sounding conversation. Judging by what I've heard, there's a student who's been missing since yesterday, and the last person to see them was Senji, but... I'm sorry for interrupting. Under these circumstances, I expect the school will close earlier again. Saying his piece, Kusuki leaves the student council office. Oh man.
Grief. Hey, Mia, you haven't seen Shinji, have you?
No, I haven't. I didn't go to the archery dojo this morning, and you know that he's skipping school today as well, right?
I see. That's fine then.
Issei's face clouds over gravely. Oh, brother. It's not really something I can just go and ask him about, but somehow it seems to be connected to the archery club. Sorry, Issei, but I need to hear the details, even if I have to force you to tell them me. Issei, you were saying that somebody hadn't been home since yesterday, but who was it? No, I know that Senji hasn't been found either, but...
That's right. It's not exactly like you're an outsider. It's probably fine if you know. So last night, there was a call that a girl hadn't come home after archery practice. Oh no. We urgently asked the other students who had been practiced about it, knowing that Shinji was the last person to have talked to the missing student.
It's probably not Mitsusuri. It's probably not her.
It's definitely not. I say, shifty eyes.
She was talking with Shinji? Wait a second. Shinji wasn't at the practice yesterday. Besides, everybody from the archery club split up at the gates like they were supposed to.
I heard you were there too. We're talking about after that. Apparently, when a first year had forgotten something came back, Shinji was in front of the dojo. Apparently that's when she was having an argument with Shinji.
Aww. I have a bad feeling about this. There's only one person who could still have been at the dojo then. Issei, get to the point, would you? Who was it that went missing yesterday? Fuck!
Knew it.
Oh,
Yeah, it was the archery club captain, Mitsuzori Ayako. After she returned the dojo key to the staff room, her whereabouts after she was sighted in front of the dojo are completely unknown.
oh no. Issei looks away like it's hard for him to say. Oh man. Do you want to leave it on this ominous note? Or...
I think this is a perfect place to leave a cliffhanger.
Oh, Mitsuzuri is fucking gone.
But she's fucking dead, gang.
I don't want her to be dead. Listen, not that much has changed since the last time. So maybe this is fine. Oh god. Actually, no, there's something that has changed. Didn't, like, Ren piss Shinji off, like, a lot? And maybe she didn't this time, so he was emboldened and did something else. Oh god, no. Oh no.
Everything's bad. I think everything's bad.
But we will have to find out next time. Goodbye, Fei Fei. Oh god. Oh, I do not like this.
I think everything's fine.
This has still been a really fun and really, like, it has been really different. I love that.
I was expecting it to be, but, like, I don't know. It feels like going through it, like, for the first time again.
Right?
And I mean,
There's, like,
I guess it's, like, technically, because from the characters' perspectives we are, but...
Yeah. It's like, we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, like, everything's on the table, and we didn't even learn the identities of, like, half of the masters.
Yeah. And, like, half of the servants, too, so that's gonna be fun.
Yeah. I say half. I think it was 2 that we didn't know. 3.
Okay, we have Ren as the Master of Archer. We have Hirei as the Master of Other Archer.
Archer 2.
But also having taken control of Lancer after killing the Master who originally summoned Lancer.
We were never told who Lancer's master was. It's Lancer, Caster, and Assassin that we didn't learn.
Assassin... Right, we know it's Shinji. Berserker is Ilya. Okay, yeah. I forgot about Berserker and was trying to go through the, like, chart.
I'm so excited.
Oh my god! Wait, you're right. You're fucking right. I just realized you were talking about the boys. He is. Emilia is fucking Sasuke.
Oh fuck.
That's Sasuke's voice, it's right. I recognize it.
That's hilarious.
Oh. That's so funny. Oh. God, I am so worried about Shinji now. Holy shit.
Right? Like, before he felt like a very central antagonist. You know? Like, at least at this point in the story, like, he was a problem we could focus on. But now, he's just doing his own thing. Being a little rambunctious on the beat.
I do not trust him. Ah. Jojo getting mentioned? The figure which Jojo standardness describes me? I'll mention later when I'm not fate moding and stay night maxing. It's the third time this fucking night we have made that joke.
I've been restraining myself.
Jackie has completely subsumed you with that one, huh?
Verbal poison.
It really is. It really is.
They are a cognito hazard.
Oh, Alex! Oh my god! Ooh.
That's great. That's fantastic.
Ooh, no!
The signs were there.
Sakura deserves good things. Give her a fucking break. It's fine.
This poor creature.
Oh. Gosh. Oh, I can't wait to keep going. It's back to a moment of, like, steady rising. Oh, I wonder where this is going. Oh, I wonder what we're going to be doing next. And I am so excited to see how it culminates in this one.
It really is, like, it's cool how it's just taking the same setup, but it really is just spinning it in a completely different direction.
Yeah.
Very
like,
much taking advantage of the material.
Yeah. Like, I was expecting, like, way more things to be similar and have, like, specifics change and then, like, fights between servants, maybe, like, you encounter things differently because you're not with Rin, right? But no, like, the whole investigation is different. The interactions are completely different. It, I didn't expect you to just go ahead and tell Fujine and Sakura that Saber is going to be staying over day one.
Yeah. I don't know, I feel like we're in a very exciting position because we got past all the exposition that, like,
Yes.
you know, you kind of gotta get through in a route.
Yeah.
We've talked about what, like, Saber, or, like, noble phantasms and servants and shit are. Like, we're past all that. Now it's just content.
It's like if they start talking, it's like, yeah, noble phantasms, we've all seen them, it's fine. Just give me more content. Anyway, this has been wonderful with you, and I'll be seeing you next time for more.
Yes.
Also,
absolutely.
Obviously, the little extra bonus stream we were talking about will not be happening this week because of unforeseen circumstances. But we will try next week if we are in good health, you know?
Yeah. It's definitely a wee thing.
It's okay, Han. You don't need to take the whole blame. It's fine.
It's fine.
But yeah, it's been, as always, a joy to have you here.
It's been, as always, a joy to be had.
And I'll be seeing you next time, Han.
Can't wait. See you
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. And she's gone. God. I'm needing to restrain myself on so many parts not to fucking spill the beans. Holy shit, there was some very interesting exposition in this fucking part, huh? I am not going to say anything because I don't know who in chat knows. I don't know who in chat has the critical knowledge and who doesn't. Good night, Alex. I am just not going to say anything. I'm just keeping it for myself for when the reveal happens. But yeah, that was a huge fucking flag. Joe, please. But generally, I was not expecting UBW to be so different at the start. Like, later on, I know things are very different, but, like, not yet. Holy shit. You have a feeling everyone knows here, but you could be wrong. Yeah, I'm careful because I don't know who here is, you know, maybe also a first-time watcher who's experiencing this through the streams, which I don't think there could be anyone. There may be someone retroactively watching this in the future when the whole series is done. But, like, God bless you if you actually are watching this for the first time with us, because boy, or delays sure make the schedule irregular. Just be glad you've not been in the boys since putting that in. Don't worry about it. Oh, God. I'm just going to get the ending music going, and I'm going to rest for the rest of the day. Is it shoot together or daybreak? No, it's daybreak. I'm stupid. I'm a moron. I'm sorry. There we go. Thank you. Shoutouts to Kevin McLeod for their incredible library of free music. that is, as always, pleasant to listen to at the end of a stream when we're winding down. But yeah, it's, as always, I need to remind anyone in chat that cheers, it's 2 a.m. for me. In order to actually synchronize my schedule with Anya's, I need to stream at my, 11 p.m. up until 2 a.m. So anyway, thank you so much. And I'll be seeing you next time. Bye!